Is this thing working? We got it. I'm trying to make sure we're jacking into Earth timeline 420.69 again.
Let's see. Looks like we're getting some interference in the inverted subspace detectors. Try readjusting the ionizing interlink with the Elysium simulators.
All right, give me just a second. Let's see what I can figure out. All right, just take me a few taps here. Now to pull this lever.
The electronic field sequencer's looking good.
All right, I think my video feed's coming in, guys. What's going on? Let's see if Shy Guy looks okay. Let's switch on over to Shy Guy. Oh, there's that big, beautiful Shy Guy digging deep, about 2 inches deep in his nose.
Sorry, you caught me. You done caught me.
Jones, are you there?
Had a globulin up in there.
I'm doing okay.
Looks like we got Jonesy on here too. All right. Now my video, is my audio coming through all right for y'all?
You're a little scratchy.
A little scratchy?
Check your squelch.
My squelch. All right. Let's see what I can figure out here. Let's see what I can clickety click clap clap click click clap clap. See, that's when I got to make that noise in order to make sure everything works all right. So
that's right. It's like when you get the tongs and you got to click them to make sure they're tonging right.
Yeah. All right. Does that sound good now?
Oh, hey, there you are. Like
Sound
you're
all right.
whispering sweet nothings into my ear.
All right. I think it looks good now.
There you go, shooter.
There we go, shooter. Woo! Hey,
Jonesy, what do you
this
think?
last week been something else, man. How y'all been? How y'all been doing? What y'all been up to this week?
Well, I mean, not like we've been really apart much. I've been jacking around with the damn modular replication multiplexer, but I think we're getting some headway on it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's good.
I know myself. I've been researching what I can about this Earth timeline 420.69.
What you got about it?
Well, I don't know what Jonesy did to get our signal in there, but apparently we've hijacked what's called a Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv.
Tv. Yeah.
Is that like a tweaker, like somebody twitchy?
I don't know. I mean, I've kind of looked around. There's a lot of tweakers on there, if you ask me. But it's kind of like an old hollow net, like a old ancient Earth net. I don't know what time they're actually in right now, or if there's any temporal shifting happening as that signal goes through about 6 or 7 different wormholes. But yeah, I think I got it figured out. This poor bastard.
It's fine.
Is it?
It's good.
Is it fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
This poor
Jonesy,
bastard.
You sound a little in the dumps over there. What's going on?
Yeah, Jonesy, how you feeling?
Oh, like a chupacabra. Just went through a chupa zapper, but didn't have the decency to die. You know.
Well, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to get 2 or 3 zaps on them before they finally kick it.
Well,
Wait, you say you trying to kick it?
Oh, you know, it's whatever.
All right, come on.
Yeah, come on, Jonesy. You got to open up that heart and let us know what's going
Come on into
here.
Huggy Bear. Let's talk about it. What happened, man?
What's going on, Jones? See, Shy Guy's on point. Who is she?
Her name was Sarah.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
She's gone, gentlemen. She's gone. She's all gone.
What happened?
This was a lover or a family member or a friend.
You never even told us you was seeing nobody.
Like all them things. It's like all of them rolled together. You know, it's. You know, I'll talk. You know, I'll talk about it. I got my thing later on. It's whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, it's okay, Jonesy. Just let's try and get you to chipper up just a little bit. We do got a show to do, but we can get deep into this a little bit later on in the show.
Hey, if you're a tweaker out there, if you're twitching, tell Jonesy he's all right or something.
Tell him he's all right. Ain't nobody worried about him. Know what I mean? Yeah.
And nobody give a shit.
That's a hell of a thing for you to say to us, Jonesy.
We give shits.
We give lots of shits. I see
Come
we got
check it
some
out.
we got
I'm
some
looking at it right here.
yeah, some text-based chatting coming on. We got a keep your head up, Jonesy. We got a Jonesy is ace. We got a like a butt print Jonesy. Or is that a heart? Don't worry, Jonesy, we all give a shit.
Looks like a couple of Christmas hams.
Delish.
It's all just butts. It's all asses.
Man, sometimes all we is just butts in the wind. You know what I mean?
Sometimes all it is butts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe doing this will bring me up. I don't know.
Well, I hope so. Now, I figured out Twitch a little bit. I think old Bucky Ruckus here is trying to keep up with the times, no matter what time or timeline it is. So feel free to chat with us, and I'll keep an eye out. All the viewers out there. And why don't we get a little caught up on what happened last week? How's that sound, buddies?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Let me look it up right here. Where'd I put it?
Yes, that's fine.
I think I put it up in here. All right, boys. Let's take a look at what we did last week.
Previously on Space Truckin' with Bug Ruckus. Previously on Space Truckin' with Bug Ruckus.
Well, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties on this video. Let's see what we got to do here. Hey, y'all vamp in the background until old Bucky Ruckus can figure out what's happening.
Previously on Space Truckin' with
It's like a
Ruckus.
van, but electrified.
It's a monster.
A monster.
Oh.
It sucks the bile out of your face or something.
I like having my bile in me.
Eh,
Previously on Space
Yeah.
Truckin' with Bug
Give me just a second,
Ruckus.
boys. I tell you what, man, it sounds like it's trying to play, but ain't nothing happening.
Maybe because we're down a wormhole or something.
Check
Oh,
your
I think I
check the
know why.
Heisenberg subspace pulse wave
I
emulator.
think I know why. I think I uploaded the wrong one. Here it is right here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Man, how many times we gonna go over this? Lose focus for 1 second.
For 1 second, and everything dies.
Then you lose
All right, we good,
Previously
guys.
on Space Truckin' with Bug Ruckus.
Mine still looks kind of shitty. Hey, Jonesy, what you got going on over there?
Criminal intelligence, a gremnancy. And everything's all broken.
It's all broken.
We ain't heard that one before.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Jackass Jonesy, that's all they're gonna say. One more wormhole, that's all it was.
What's that put you up to now? About a baker's dozen?
All right, shooter, you got it. Bing, bang, boom. Next thing you know, we're at the moon type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still got a little bit of static. Let me try something. Hey, it works! Ancient cryptid aliens.
Today we talking about the chupacabras.
The Predator. All right, shooter, you got it.
Sergeant Major Jack Hanoff II.
Yeah, every morning he'd make us run that obstacle course he built back in the woods. Always talking about being ready for the inevitable, whatever that means. He used to catch him up sitting up in the trees in that ghillie suit he put together, watching us. That cigar burning bright against the backdrop of the woods.
Hey, Shy Guy, where'd you go? Hey, come on back, Shy Guy. Come on back.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like a live fire drill. Know what I mean?
I think I do.
Don't know what you mean.
All right, shooter, you got it.
And you say, I thank you for your service and so forth.
In a swinging log trap that rams into Poncho, crushing him half to death. I'm sorry, Jonesy.
Oh, Jesus, no!
Now, Joe, don't worry, he ain't dead. He's alive. At this point, he's alive.
Okay. At this point, he's alive.
He's alive in this moment in the story.
Okay.
Okay? That make you feel a little bit better?
But
Okay.
Okay?
Just
All right,
stay with us, Jonesy. Stay with us. We're
All
going to get through this together.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine. It's cool. It's fine.
Where your kids enter as children and leave as men. Hi, Shooter, you got it.
You know, maybe just give her the warning. Say, hey, we see him out there. He's out there with Susie, and then with Sally, and then with Jesse, and then Raphael. And, you know, we think it's going to happen to you too. But, you know, if you like them, then do what you got to do. Figure it out.
You know, if they're out there with Raphael, you know they're going to be out there with Leonardo, maybe a Donatello,
Perhaps.
hell, even a Michelangelo. I mean, that sounds like Jesse, Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello. Hi, Shooter, you got it. I think we're onto something here. To catch a predator, you get a casting couch with a bunch of nets and casting and, you know, traps at it, and you got to point a bunch of cameras at it so it knows it can't leave. Like, it could try to disappear, but we know where it's at. We got all the cameras in the world on it. I'm talking laser tag with.
Well, I didn't hear about no perimeter-wide super zapper in this story. It must have been before those were invented. So, first off, if we can ask, what do you do for work?
Now that's come on.
Oh, I'm just selling clams on the shore.
Oh, Sally's selling seashells.
Down by the seashore. Okay, that's
All
great.
right, yeah.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Hi, Shooter, you got it.
Must have been a damn bowling ball in the family tree somewhere, or like a damn hippopolamus. Them swampy bastards with the big old chompers that like to eat the marbles.
You know.
If you had to confirm or deny if you were going to make it over to Big Mama Bodine's, what would your answer be there, Jonesy?
I think you broke it. You know never to ask him directly like that. We've been through this before. I swear to God, the last time you asked him to confirm or deny, I saw some steam coming out of his ears. I think he might be part cyborg.
Well, hang on now. I
might explain.
I ain't none of them. Now hold on. I ain't got no problem with the cyborg, but
No, we love all forms of life here on Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus.
I told you I had an emergency jettison to make, and I was pushing cloth.
Hi, Shooter, you got it. We might need to use this Mama Bodine secret to get that smell off you sometimes.
Well, we had to do that once or twice back on the farm when the skunks would get stuck in the vents.
Yeah.
They send me in there crawling through with the catcher net, the snap bag, and the whoop-ass stick there.
Right.
And, well, I tell you what, sometimes I come out there smelling like the underside of that feeding trough, and I mean, they had to put me out in the shed for weeks. But then we tried the tomato bath one time, and we did the tomato bath after it got dried off, rinsed off, and everything. They sprayed me down with a bunch of days cologne. It smelled like a skunk getting ready for a hot date. I don't know, man.
Hi, Shooter, you got it.
Welcome to Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus. Let's start the show.
Hi, Shooter, you got it. We're back. How about that previously on Buck Ruckus? Let me tell you, man, that took a while to make, but I'm proud of it.
Well, that got me feeling some kind of way.
Some kind of way. Got me feeling all kinds of ways. But what we'd like to talk with you tonight, if I can find my words correctly, is we're going to continue our story about the ancient alien cryptid, the Predator, and how it concludes. Well, not to be confused with Predator 2, which is a continuation of the legend. This is just part
this is
2.
A singular instance. Okay.
Yeah, this is to wrap up what we were in the middle of last time. So, if y'all ready to go, we can put the hammer down and get right into it. Jonesy, how you feeling though, brother? You seem real down tonight.
Man, I guess the clips lifted me up a little bit.
All right.
All right. Well, let me also say something is there we go. Here we go. Now we got Jonesy up on the video like he should be.
There you
I don't know what happened there. All right, well, So what's going on, Jonesy?
Well, that's my first Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, she was my first. She's my first wormhole that I ever used to send any encrypted data through.
So you lost a wormhole out there in deep space that you're getting used to using.
Where'd she go?
That's a good question.
She just went up and she just evaporated, y'all. She's gone.
Do they do that?
They do. Especially if a particular group of pieces of shit called the Warp Warlocks are involved.
Oh shit!
Oh man, we learned about them Warp Warlocks last time. You told us all about them. Now,
Them sons of bitches.
from what I've been told, like up in wormhole heaven, here's the thing. You trade your super dense gravity well for angel's wings, if you know what I mean.
Then she's got so many goddamn wings right now.
Got a lot of wings.
Can we get her back? Do we need to
Tried.
shot run, get out there and handle business?
I done tried getting her back, y'all. I done every goddamn thing I could think of to get her back, but
Well, now you got the dream team on your back.
Let me tell you, man, we got.
Direction.
You're talking to call sign thunder inside the spaceship Earth Paradise. That's Thunder in Paradise, baby. We can swing
right.
out there and give it a go, see if we can get that wormhole back. Now, I do see some chats here saying that you need to find a new wormhole and some other things. Which, I mean, there's always plenty of wormholes out in the sea of space too. If you're thinking about trying to get over it, but
here's the thing. I got a, I ain't gonna say how many, but I got, enough other wormholes.
So what you're saying is you got holes in different area codes.
I got holes all over the sector. It's like a frickin' Swiss cheese party everywhere with all the wormholes I got.
Now, was you real sweet on this wormhole? Like, was she a sweet wormhole? Because, I mean, you can't turn a hole into a housewife. Holes don't act right.
Was she rougher, harder, or more of a kind of a maybe like a gummy wormhole, all soft and cuddly?
She was something else, boys. She was something else. In fact, just because I'll talk about it a little bit later, obviously, but I had this fine piece printed up.
Oh
it's
man,
on,
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful hole right there. That's a tight wormhole.
Look at them curves.
Look at them curves.
Let's be respectful, okay?
Hey,
All right, we're just trying to compliment your wormhole. Your lost love.
She's a beaut. I feel your pain. Empathize.
Anyway,
Right.
before we were being gross. So this is her. This was my first. This is my first hole. Right here.
You never
Yeah,
forget your
right.
first.
Never forget your first hole.
Those back. That's been it's been a while now. You'll see, in memoriam, right there. It says Sarah, rest in space. 2997 to now.
So now, is that the time you discovered this wormhole, or is that when this wormhole was birthed out of the space hole?
That's when I first saw her. That's when I first saw her out there in this
2997. All right.
this
Man, you've
beautiful horizon.
You and this hole been through a lot. That's a tight relationship you got with that hole.
It was a very tight
You've
relationship.
been through a lot of holes.
I sent so
That's
much
right.
data through this hole right here.
I
Like
see.
through
Even
there.
we got a user on the Twitchverse clarification that just gave us 100 bits. Says that's a nice hole. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate. I hope that's not you're not trying to be crass or nothing. Because this
I
was.
don't think so. I mean,
so.
she paid us money.
There's a fellow
can't-
smiling on the message there. That's probably a good sign.
Right. I mean, clarification said never. She never be
Okay.
crass. And typically, when you pay for a hole, it's all in good faith and for good things.
This is true. I found her free range out in space, and I sent the first probe through, and then I laid my other line right here on this general area right there, and I sent my first fully anonymous communication right through that. That's her name was Sarah.
Now, were you using protection, like encrypting your probe? All good, or
I'm not a freaking moron.
So you double wrapped it?
Right. You always gotta use protection when sending anything into them holes out there.
I double encoded for sure. I may have actually triple encoded. They tell you don't do that because you could tear up the.
Better safe than sorry though.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, sometimes you don't know where this hole's been. Sometimes you got to double, triple encrypt it. Now this looks like a nice sweetheart of a hole, but I'm proud that you were smart about it, Jonesy.
Tell you what, we're gonna get through the business tonight, and we're gonna talk about it. And Buck, I think it might be time to organize a bit of an away mission.
I think it might be. We got to go check out this hole.
We got to get that hole back.
We got to take a deep, deep look into this hole and where it was and where it's gone to, and see if we can get that hole back.
Hashtag get them holes back.
We got to find the goddamn warp warlock that took her off into whatever nightmare realm that they come from.
That's right.
I tell you, man, we can go on a warp warlock hunt all day, every day. I mean, we got runs to go do, but in between loads, we can go find that hole, if you know what I mean.
Do it, boys. I appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it.
Now you got it, Jonesy.
And Sarah, up in heaven.
Up in wormhole heaven. Trading her gravity
I know
wells
she appreciated it, too.
For angels' wings. I tell you, man. That's beautiful. I mean, it's sad, but in a beautiful kind of way. I'm sorry you got to go through that, Jonesy. But next thing we got to go through, if we're ready to put the hammer down, is to wrap up this story about the ancient alien cryptid, the Predator, and how it came to Earth about 1,000 years ago. This ought to cheer you up, Jonesy.
I hope so. I'm hoping Poncho's he's gonna make it. I can feel it in my body, in my bones.
I think last time we left off, Poncho, one of Dutch's crew, got hit by one of them swinging log traps, and he's injured, but he's alive. And we'll see what happens to Poncho and Dutch and Billy and Anna and the Predator. I think that's all that's left at this point. All right, so we got a yee-haw in chat. Everybody give a yee-haw in chat.
Yee-haw!
Yee-haw!
All right, so let's get right back into it. Now, Dutch and his band of warriors. Let's do a little quick catch up on what we learned last time. Let's start off with that. I love them yee-haws. Dutch and his band of warriors were employed under false pretenses by a CIA spook, Dylan, to perform a hostage rescue mission while completing their duties with laser precision. They were silently being watched and hunted by our alien cryptid, the Predator. At least this is the way it's shown in the, what remains of the ancient VHS tapes and artist renderings that I've found. Mm-hmm. But they's being hunted by our alien cryptid, the Predator. Just like Shy Guy watches that meatloaf get made over at Big Mama Bodine's. Am I right, Shy Guy?
Hey, man, you ever go down to the state fair and you see the fella running the taffy machine?
Yep.
Boy, I could sit there all day, watch that till the cows come home. Kind of like kind of the same thing watching old Sally Mae, work that meat.
That meat?
Well, because there's a degree of technique involved to do the
is that right? Yeah, you just
meatloaf.
We can just
shape it properly.
Yeah, the way that Sally Mae handles that meat for the meatloaf down at Big Mama Bodine's diner. Now, I'd also like to give a thank you out there. I think we just got 2 new people to follow the channel. We got a Druid Dryad 33 and Daddy's H3R3. Thank you so much for following. Feel free to stick around for the show.
I don't know what the hell that means, but it sure sounds cool.
I think these are people. I think that's their names.
I think I know
They
what a
got out there
dryad
in Earth timeline 420.69.
Right
is.
on.
Dryad,
on.
some kind of water monster, of some kind.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's got dry in the name, so maybe it's an anti-water.
Oh, maybe it's from the desert. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Druid Dryad 33.
oh
Hey,
hell
we,
yeah!
we just got somebody just subscribed to the old Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus network, and we appreciate it.
Oh, damn.
I tell you, man, it's popping off out here, player. Now,
Ship is coming in.
let's hope so. Now, one by one, they're being picked off by the Predator. At this point, we've lost Hawkins, Blaine, Mac, Dylan. But Dylan being the last one that we've lost. We only have Billy, Pancho, Dutch, and Anna, the hostage, left.
Oh, sweet galactic powers. Keep my Pancho safe.
Have faith.
Keep your Pancho safe. I know you got a connection over to Pancho, and I'm not going to reveal anything to you, Jonesy, but we're going to get right back into it. So we left off with the remaining crew hoofing it to the evac chopper as they heard the screams of Dylan on the wind. Billy, being the proud warrior he was, looks toward the sound of Dylan's screams on the air.
$50 million.
And it said, oh, thank you so much, Undead Nurse. It said that Billy would never look back towards the forward again. Dutch calls out to Billy but receives no response. Billy just drops his rifle into the river below.
$50 million.
Oh, thanks so much, Pierce my soul. Man, y'all are so
boy.
sweet tonight. Woo! We getting it, we going.
Popping off.
Billy just drops his rifle into the river, brandishes his machete, opens a wound on his chest. Silently as Dutch leaves with Pancho and Anna.
Man, ain't nothing to say come get it. Like gash it across your own chest like that. Kind of like that time we was stopped out at that pop knife and gun shop in low orbit over Phobos, and you had that altercation with them junkheads in the parking lot. I mean, you was hopped up on the goat weed, but I ain't never seen a man open himself up and blind his adversary with his own blood before.
I tell you, man, that's what you call psychological warfare, and that's something that old Bucky Rucky understands a little bit. Sometimes you got to show him that you willing to get crazy on the son of a bitch and cut yourself open before you go to town. Admiral Newt, thank you so much. Truck that Buck Ruckus, hell yeah.
That was a hell of a night.
That was a hell of a night. And that oh, what's it called? The goat weed.
Yeah.
Man, that shit'll make you see all sorts of things in the air, in the space, seeing triple, seeing quadruple, seeing in 4 dimensions. It's crazy out there.
Hearing smells and smelling sounds and
Tasting colors.
Last I heard, though, with the goat weed, you do want to make sure that you don't take it at least 30 minutes before you go into the water or any body of water.
well, I mean, we weren't near any waters. We was out running between the belt and the earth, and we, like I said, we stopped at that pop knife and gun shop over Phobos.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just making sure y'all safe. Outside of the cutting yourself open and blinding somebody with your blood.
I keep
That's
that going
pretty.
on there, man.
That's pretty hardcore. That's awesome.
That's one of them not too known about side effects of that goat weed is sometimes it'll make your blood bleed real bright, and that'll scare some of your foes out there if you're getting in any trouble. Now, we don't know exactly what happened. We can only use our imagination. But as the story is told, it was only a few moments until Dutch and the others heard a blood-curdling scream in the distance as Billy breathed his last breath.
Oh, man.
Now, Jonesy, I need you to know, I only take a little pleasure in telling you this next part.
Wait a
But you
minute.
best sit on down for this one, okay, Jonesy?
Oh, no.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Wait, what? Don't.
What?
Come on, man.
All right, well, here's... Dutch and them others stop to look back for only a moment until they hear the signature sound of the Predator's shoulder cannon. Y'all want to hear that one again?
Hit it.
I think, where's it at? It's right here. So, with that sound,
That's juicy.
the Predator's shoulder cannon emerged from the jungle and strike Pancho right in the neck.
God damn it.
Now, that's right, Jonesy. This is the last we'll see of Pancho, Jonesy.
Man, raise your table flags for him. Give him the double salute while you're at it.
We gotta give him the double salute. Let's get the double salute going. I got it up here on camera. Shy Guy, let's cut
Table
on
flags
over to
of
you.
honor. That's our
Jonesy,
man.
Jonesy, you want to
God.
give that double salute?
Not again. Not
I don't leave a man down like that.
my poncho.
Let's see it.
See it.
Goddamn predator took my poncho.
Keep it together.
Come on.
Oh,
You all
Come
right?
on, shooter. It's okay,
Another
All
shooter.
right.
another poncho taken too damn soon.
Just roll around. You'll
Oh,
be all right.
You be all right.
Oh, God.
Hey, Jonesy.
Oh,
Snap out of it, man.
Hey,
oh,
Come
not
back.
another one. Not another
Come back.
poncho.
Jonesy,
Well, maybe-
soldier.
maybe-
I need you to sit on straight up.
Well,
Look at the
give me a
camera. Look at the camera, Jonesy.
Come on, give us a smile.
All right. Now give us
Give
a
us a
double
smile.
salute. Show Poncho the love and reverence that he deserves.
There you go.
There you go. Do it
Atta
back
boy.
and forth. And remember, you got to say thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. I respect to you and yours, Poncho, and so forth. Poncho.
And so
There
forth.
you go. That's how you do
That's
it.
right, Jonesy. We going to be all right.
Well,
Now-
what's happening now? Where we go from here?
Well, with Poncho dead and his gun lying on the ground, Anna takes initiative and tries to arm herself to kill the predator. But you see, Dutch was able to ascertain that the predator sees no sport in killing those who are unarmed or non-combatants. So in one swift move, Dutch kicks the gun out of Anna's hands and turns to fire volley bullets in the predator's direction. Once more, we'll hear that shoulder cannon fire off another shot, connecting with Dutch's shoulder, leaving a gaping wound as Dutch falls to the ground. He calls out to Anna, telling her to get to the chopper, which we can also ascertain means, Anna, if you could please move hastily towards the chopper so that you can get out.
Chopper like a set of knives? Or what's chopper?
I think that's what they called them early ancient flying cars way back in the ancient times.
Yeah, it's like a helicopter, whirly-bird type thing.
Because it goes chop, 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 chop. That's how you know how it was doing. It's chop it. You chop it.
You chop it.
It'll take you where you need to go.
Now, I also got to say real quick, according to chat, now, Jones, you might like this clarification, just gave us 100 bits for Poncho. And we're getting subs coming. We got a hype train going on.
Oh, no.
Oh, hell yeah. Hype it up.
Clarification, if I could, real quick. Thank you. I'll give you the double salute.
There it is.
You know,
There it
Thank you for your service and your bits and so forth. Thank you.
is.
Thanks so much. Let's try to keep that hype train going out there, Chad. If y'all got it, we'll take it gladly and show appreciation. So, but we'll get right back into it. So Dutch, leaving his rifle behind, gets to his feet and runs off into the jungle, knowing the predator is only one step behind. We can see in the old etchings and scraps of videotape in that VHS that the predator is still tracking Dutch with thermal vision. Dutch is dodging trees and hurtling over bushes until his foot slips, and next thing he knows, he's sliding down a hill, unable to stop until he meets the end of the hill at full speed. Just like Shy Guy when he feels the hot snakes coming on. Am I right, Shy Guy?
Man, come on. Ain't no stopping a man on a beeline to the banyo.
Ain't that the truth, especially when it comes to you, Shy Guy?
You gotta get up and go. You gotta get up and went. Know what I'm saying?
That's right. Gotta go right now. So Dutch finds himself careening off the side of a cliff into a lagoon about 100 or so meters down. He crashes into the water and is overtaken by a waterfall. This guy can't catch a break if it was handed to him on a silver platter the size of Shy Guy.
Come on now.
Now, Dutch
I mean, you're not wrong. That would be a pretty large platter.
yeah. Maybe we can get a silver platter commission to fit old Shy Guy on it. That'd be
one
great.
time, one of cousin Leron's friends.
I love cousin Leron and your stories.
He invited me to a fancy dinner party, and I was real excited because I don't get a whole lot of chances to get cleaned up and go out on town and do the whole thing. So we get there, and it's kind of dark, and everybody's seated around the table, and they're wearing these like hooded cloaks, and they're wearing these weird like opera mask things, and then next thing I know, I'm going to sleep, and when I wake up, I was on the table, all natural, and they was eating some space sushi off of my chest, and other, other bits. Weird night. I didn't know that's what a fancy dinner party entailed. I had to take about 3 showers to get all that soy sauce out my beard and the scruff and everything.
So this is a real now. So it's like a Shy's Wide Shut situation.
I sure was wide shut.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
Yeah.
I've been wide shut too.
It
gotta
wasn't talking, but it seemed like they had a good time, and
You
yeah,
get-
it was all in good fun. Whatever. Sometimes you sometimes the gift is you.
You know, if you don't keep it shut, I don't know if any of y'all ever got soy sauce or salt in you in a cut or anything, but that gets any kind of orifice. Whew. Good
I
lord.
mean, it stings a little bit, but sometimes that sting feel kind of good. Sometimes, but
But you know you're alive.
sometimes the present that you give to a fancy party where they eat sushi off you is your presence. I feel it. But we're gonna
That
get
seems
on back.
It was a good old time. It just reminded me of it. Is all. That's all.
Well, I appreciate you telling us, Shy Guy.
Yeah.
So Dutch is able to swim to a muddy bank. He takes a moment to catch his breath while lying in the mud. But as soon as he forgets the situation, he hears what sounds like a brick shithouse splashing deep into the water behind him.
Uh-oh.
Startled, he whips around, crawling on his back in the mud. Predator emerges, his active camouflage glitching and revealing his menacing visage. The Predator scans around, searching for heat signatures, blasting away at anything that glows orange and red under his mask. Just one right after another, man. It's just crazy out there. He just hitting everything he can. He knows Dutch's nearby, but he can't see him. But luckily, Dutch is covered in mud, insulating his heat. Dutch realizes this as the Predator walks away. This respite allows Dutch, without any manufactured weapons left, to search the jungle for a final stand spot. Just like before when the team made a kill zone for the Predator, Dutch begins manufacturing his own weapons using nothing but jungle. He's setting spike traps. He's setting log traps. He's creating a bow and arrows out of vines. It's shown in the ancient VHS tapes that his bow could fire an arrow through the trunk of a tree, which is something you don't see every day. It theoretically should not be possible. He uses the few grenades he has left on his person to craft explosive arrows.
Hey, ain't that from that ancient Earthican song? How's it go? Hanging in the jungle. We play lots of games. We got all the cars and trains and some
Planes.
And that
Yeah.
something like that.
I think that is. We got all the cars and trains and some aeroplanes.
The only
Hang
classical
in the
tune.
jungle. Hang into the jungle. Won't you bring it to my trains, planes, and automobiles. So
Oh, I
it's
thought
something
it was
like that.
trees.
Go get
trees.
something to eat. I don't know how it goes.
No,
I only know
Years old.
the only classic tunes I know are that one in Hotel Colorado. Colorado.
Welcome
It's
into the
Colorado.
Hotel Colorado.
Colorado.
Gotta
It's a lovely place.
It's a lovely place.
drink her like a
Outer space. Something like that.
In outer space, man, I think you're right. Of course it'd be outer space. They're in Colorado. They got to go to outer space.
procedure or something.
Yeah, Colorado Space Station.
Colorado Space Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, all the while, the
Yeah.
Predator's harvesting his kills for trophies. Dutch has his hunting ground set, and with a lit torch, he sounds the call for battle while lighting the jungle on fire. What remains of the few lines of VHS tape we have shows Dutch and the Predator playing a little game of wildcat and vent rat, both invisible to one another until Dutch spots the warp in the air and realizes it's the Predator. Dutch watches the cloaked Predator sneak around on top of the tree bridge over the bonfire. He fires off an explosive arrow. This being the first time we see the Predator show any sign of panic or fear. He lets loose just a volley of shoulder cannon rounds at random points in the jungle, man. We're talking like 5 or 6 just over and over and over again, player. It's crazy out there. It lit up. It lit up real nice. We have old passages that remark on how the jungle lit up like a factory that manufactures sparks, which I guess was a thing back then. I guess they thought sparks, you could keep them and then make electricity or something.
Well,
like
that's part of the early pyrotechnic industry, right?
I don't know.
Right,
It's either
right.
that or as we've kind of established, I think our ancestors were just maybe a little stupid.
I mean, they
Well,
might have been.
okay,
I mean,
come on. you can't judge the primitives by their lack of understanding of modern technology and societal norms.
I mean, you get one spark and then you see it go out. How do you like?
Imagine you ain't never seen no fire before, and somebody comes out and says, "Ooh, I got it. Look." Imagine you're one of these ancient cavemen out there trying to play with the predator. Someone comes up and say, "Woo! Look at that! Look at that! It's magic. It's magic."
It's magic.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, modern technology of the modern world would be magic back then during the time of this story, about 1,000 years ago.
Man,
I feel you.
I mean, it's a toy for us, but you know.
I don't know. It's I don't. Sometimes I wonder myself how in the hell we made it, out where we are now with spark factories. What?
I mean, even chat's saying magic. They're saying magic. Fire is magic. So maybe they know too. I don't know exactly what time it is in Earth timeline 420.4 or 0.69, but they're confirming that fire is magic. So maybe they got factories that manufacture sparks.
I just realized if we're going back far enough, I don't want to ruin it for them. I don't want to.
You don't want to ruin it
for nobody.
That's okay.
Remember the Prime Directive.
Now, a mud-covered Dutch races off into his next trap that he's laid for the Predator. And the Predator is hot on his trail. Hotter than that time that me and Shy Guy was hauling a load of sentient Swedish saunas. Turns out they's being tracked by a Karelian coyote cartel that couldn't keep their claws off the compromised tech. We had to hunker down half-cocked behind a cluster of caustic asteroids caused by a comet that come off course and cracked a dwarf planet into about 1,000 teeny tiny pieces. Now, luckily, the radiation ram-jammed the radar in the rogue flight, allowing us and the rebel saunas to RUNNOFT. Remember that one, Shy Guy?
Huh?
Hey, Shy Guy.
I said it was hotter than the time me and Shy Guy was hauling a load of sentient Swedish saunas. Turns out they was being tracked by a Karelian coyote cartel that couldn't keep their claws off the compromised tech. We had to hunker down half-cocked behind a cluster of caustic asteroids caused by a comet that come off course and cracked a dwarf planet into about 1,000 teeny tiny little pieces. Luckily, the radiation ram-jammed the radar of the rogue flight, allowing us and the rebel saunas to RUNNOFT.
Huh? Yeah.
Hey, Shy Guy.
Huh?
Could hey, do you smell toast?
I smell toast.
No, not necessarily you. I'm just hey.
I mean,
Buck, you smelling burnt toast at all?
I smell burnt toast. I mean, I smell Shy Guy all around this ship, and sometimes he smells a little toasty.
It's
but
been a minute since we've been, on world or at station.
I'm just making sure you're okay. You were alliteramatizing like crazy.
Was I?
Yeah, you just. I don't know. I got a little scared for a minute.
I mean, sometimes the inner poet does come out in Buck Ruckus. If he gets on a tear, he'll tell you a tale that has a lot of rhymes and alliterations, if you know what I mean.
You're not drinking y'all aren't drinking none of the runoff that comes out of the main fuel system, right?
No, you don't. No, look, we've been over this. You don't drink it raw. You go through a 4-part distillation process.
I'm just making.
It don't hurt nothing. I mean, it kills brain cells and degreases engines, but that's the point. That's the point.
Okay, I'm just making it's. I got a little scared. It went on for a while, and I was a little frightened. Just making sure.
I mean, it's a good story. I can tell it again. I'll tell it again. It was hotter than that time.
I'm gonna.
Hotter than that time. Me and Shy Guy was hauling a load of sentient Swedish saunas. Turns out they was being tracked by a Karelian coyote cartel that couldn't keep their claws off the compromised tech. We had to hunker down half-cocked behind a cluster of caustic asteroids caused by a comet that come off course and cracked a dwarf planet into about 1,000 teeny tiny little pieces. Luckily, the radiation ram-jammed the radar of the rogue flight, allowing us and the rebel saunas to RUNNOFT. Remember that one, Shy Guy?
I just give you a little background music there. Watch you go.
Oh man, that was nice. That made me dance a little bit.
Like I said, I was just making sure everybody was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful.
I think we're good now. So anyway, there's a moment in the texts that we have that describes how the Predator spots movement on a tree bridge. Lo and behold, Dutch is standing on this bridge. As the Predator approaches, Dutch is said to have somehow affixed himself to the bottom of this bridge using an upside-down space bear hug technique. Similar to that time, the gravity drive was on the fritz, and I had to latch on to Shy Guy for about 3 space hours or so we can combine our mass and get just enough movement towards the ground.
Yeah, lucky for us, we just left Big Mama's Ram Jam Ham Slam Extravaganza, and let me tell you, I was topped off. You know, they say the replicator ham is the densest of all the space meats. So I was feeling kind of like a white dwarf that night.
Well, you know what? I don't think they've ever measured the denseness of Shy Guy himself. Maybe you're the densest space meat out there after all.
Well, they do call me a snack.
That's one of the things they call you.
Three
C's. Holy shit.
3 thick.
I don't
three
really know what it
Cs.
means. I mean, I don't want nobody eating me or nothing, but evidently that's kind of a good thing to be. That's what I hear.
I mean, I got plans if we're stranded out in deep space, without fuel or anything like that, and cryosleep chambers are on the fritz, and I got to do what I can to survive. If it's down to me and Shy Guy, I've been taking actually from your recipe book, Shy Guy, on how to prepare you.
Prepare me?
Think about that.
Hang on. We didn't talk about this.
Well, it's just part of my journals that I keep, and if you'd like, we could flip a coin later and see which plan we go through.
Hey, Shy Guy, you got the only access code to your room, right?
As far as I know.
Okay. Just,
I ain't saying I'm gonna eat Shy Guy for no reason.
That's kind of what that sounded like.
I said for no reason. I'm saying if we're stranded out in deep space for a long time and everything's on the fritz and I gotta survive the way as long as I can for rescue.
If we was out stranded deep in the uncaring void of space and we was running out of food and the replicator was on the fritz and I started to look like a giant space hot dog, I get it. I would be willing to share a foot or two, if dire circumstances necessitate it.
Well, how about we make a pact right now, Shy Guy? If that comes down to it, we can flip a coin in the moment and we can start removing limbs off of one another.
You got to space it out, right? We eat my foot, we eat your foot, we eat my other foot, we eat your other foot, so on and so forth, until something. I guess.
It's like a reverse game of Hangman. You know what I mean?
That does sound equivocal.
Yeah.
Equimical. Yeah. Jonesy said it right.
That's right.
Right. So man, I tell you, we can get right back into it. Man, I tell you, it's just a constant space cat and vent mouse game between Dutch and the Predator at this point. They just barely missing each other. It's shown that Dutch is armed with an explodey spear, crouching through some jungle, following a trail of glowing neon green blood. There's an image we found where Dutch is being eyed over by the Predator, while on the ground maybe 2 meters in front of him. Dutch lights a small firebomb that strikes the Predator, giving Dutch time to dip out. Except he dips out into a pond, washing his mud-based thermal camouflage off of his body. It's like when Shy Guy takes his quarterly bath after coming back from deep space. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. Everybody deserves a spa day in this life. Besides, them decontamination nanobots, they make me feel all itchy. I feel like a damn grizzly bear looking for a scratching tree or something.
Hey, man, man's got to do what a man's got to do sometimes. That spaceman necessities, if you know what I mean. So, like immediately after this, Dutch is spotted. The Predator lifts him up by the neck about half a meter off the ground and gets his face close enough to just give him a kiss. And this is where it's said in the ancient text that the Predator removes his mask. Dutch looks at the Predator and exclaims, "You're one ugly motherfucker."
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's pithy. That's that old English pithy, man. I tell you.
Ancient poetry.
Ancient poetry.
Propagating throughout the universe and time immemorial.
Man, you got it. Now, when watching the old VHS tapes, the image glitches out right over his face, the Predator. So Bucky Rucky don't really know what he looks like. But it said he's got like a regular mouth, right? But like he's got like these 4 mandible thingies that'll get after you. If you get too close, and he's got a forehead bigger than Mama Shy Guy. It goes all the way back.
Yeah, So this one time, oh God.
All right, get it out. Get on out.
There it is. All right, take two. So one time, when we was kids, me and cousin Leron got grounded from the TV. So we set up the holoreel projector on the mama's forehead while she was taking her 3 o'clock hooch nap.
Mm-hmm.
We was about 2 hours into the adventures of Slim and Howdy before Mama came a stirring and we went a running.
Man, I love
Last thing I
Adventures of
remember
Slim and
was
Howdy.
what's that?
I said I sure do love Adventures of Slim and Howdy.
Well, I used to watch that every damn Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, last thing I remember was a damn cast iron skillet come flying at my face. I don't remember nothing after that.
Hey, the Slim and Howdy, they still syndicating that one sector wide all 30 seasons?
It's been a minute since I checked in, but who watches TV by appointment anymore?
Man, it's all on demand.
You just get it. You can just pull it from.
I don't know.
The,
I like that. I
feel like you could advertise as much as you want that your certain show's going to be on at Friday nights at 10 p.m. Central Time every Friday, and people still catch it on demand afterward.
Bunch of damn Luddites is what they is.
I know, man.
After all this, we're gonna come over. We're gonna have a big old damn slumber party. We're gonna bring Slim and Howdy. I got the whole set, and
you
we'll
bought
just
the
have a big old
box
time.
set, yeah.
Forget about Sarah.
Damn, that box set is massive.
It's a massive box set.
We'll forget about
Worth every penny.
Nowadays, everybody want to act like they got something to say, but sometimes nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish. But I tell you what, Jonesy, sometimes you just got to forget about Sarah. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's right. That's all it comes down to.
Forget about Sarah.
Well, just for a moment so you can collect your thoughts and get your emotions in order. Just a little brief respite.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. So,
Anyway.
getting back into it, so they trade licks back and forth, Dutch and the Predator, This cat could punch a hole right through the outer hull of a space freighter, that Predator, man. I don't know how Dutch can survive this shit, but he scurries away on the jungle floor while Predator slowly gets chased, just walking all slow behind him, just stomping away, stomp, stomp, stomp. So Dutch leads the Predator to a double trap. Now that's a trap within a trap. And as it's written, he proclaims to the Predator, "Kill me, I'm here. Kill me now, do it now." And I can try to do the Dutch voice, what I imagine the Dutch voice sounds like. Would y'all like to hear it?
Yeah, you been working on it?
I've been working on it. I've been deciphering little coded text, old cuneiform and different ancient texts, and I think it goes something like this: "Kill me, I'm here. Kill me, do it now. Now, do it."
That's some intimidating shit.
That's a scary ass voice to hear.
That'll get in your head.
That'll get in your heart.
Get in your heart.
Get you right in the guts.
Get
Chill you to your core. So the Predator sees the trap, comes at a different angle. And this is the twist alert. This is exactly what Dutch wanted. So Dutch kicks a pile of sticks and triggers a log to fall from the sky directly onto the Predator's head. And a technique I like to call the headator. And Dutch approaches the wounded Predator and looks him over, proclaiming, quote, "What the hell are you?" The Predator responds with blood coming out of his mouth. He says, "What the hell are you?" right back to Dutch. Now, Predator apparently can pick up on language.
I was just going to say, does he speak the lingo? How did that work?
I mean, I think it's just through context. He understands the whole situation that this alien Dutch is looking at him. Is probably going to say, "What the hell are you?" and just repeats it back to Dutch. That's that psych shit. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe you got that cyborg implant, just record it and play it back.
Right. And Dutch is holding this big ass boulder over his head, about to bring it down on the Predator. But Predator says, "What the hell are you?" And then we see in the ancient artist renderings of Predator pulls up his wrist. He's got this big bulky computer on it, not like the slimline stuff that we got now, opens it up, and with his clawed finger hits a few buttons, and we can determine based on what's shown that a countdown timer has started.
Oh shit.
And that's when the Predator activates the fabled "oh shit, we dead" self-destruct sequence on his wrist computer.
Don't leave home without it.
Never do. Now, Dutch dashes away and hides behind the explosion's only weakness. Just a big-ass log. Just dives behind it.
Old tricks are the best tricks, right?
That's right. And with a flash of light and a whole bunch of noise, Predator's dead, baby. And we see in the ancient tapes, Dutch, covered in ash, in the chopper, flying away.
That's for you, Poncho. That's for you, my boy.
That's
That's
Poncho.
for you, Poncho. You
Double
son of a bitch.
Give him that double salute, baby.
There you go.
That's right.
That's for a boy.
And thus concludes The Predator. The end. Now, what y'all think about that? And I'm talking to Shy Guy Jonesy and everybody in this this new text-based Twitch chat that we've hijacked.
That is a hell of a tale.
That is a hell of a tale. That's some creepy shit, and this is 1,000 years old, man. This is primitive people. You know,
I mean, the jungle's
talking
scary enough
about-
as it is, but imagine being back then. All you got's a bunch of mud and sticks to work with, and
Bark
Right, yes.
factory, all that.
Sometimes you just got to run through the jungle. Don't look back and see, baby.
I ain't no fortunate son. I wouldn't have done that well out there. Look, here's the thing, and you know this. I run a little hot. It's a little hot, a little humid. I get
Right.
uncomfortable. Sometimes you just got. I don't know if I do well in the jungle. That's all I'm saying.
I think you might do better than you anticipate, Shy Guy. You have a knack to adapt to your surroundings, much like an amphibian. I know you're kind of hot and humid all the time, but if we put you in that environment, you'll just be one with it at a certain point.
Maybe after a while.
Yeah.
I suppose I could take one of them mud baths though. That actually seemed kind of nice. Might be a little relaxing.
I think people pay a lot of credits for that.
They do.
Right. We got
Wait,
some
did Dutch-
we got some feedback in the chat here. We got Bunzai Taylor saying Bucky Rucky can tell a damn story. There's a little picture of a fire. Thank you so much, Bunzai Taylor. We got sometimes you got to run through the jungle. Don't look back. Thank you for clarification. We got that tail was longer than a longhorn mud monster. Hell yeah, charmingly melancholic.
Swamp butt.
Swamp butt.
I know about that.
We know about that, undead nurse. We're about to open up the phone lines, see if we got any calls about people with their own predator stories. And chat, if you would like to add your predator stories, you can type it out in chat. I think we got, there it is right there. Look at that. It's something called a discord.gg/KHEUVCR. I don't know, but if you click something like that, that'll put you into a new thing where we can talk to you a little bit better. And we can get your stories and read them out on air. That sound good?
That sounded like madness to me, but you know, if it puts it somewhere where it belongs, yeah.
That's right. Now, have either of you, Jonesy and Shy Guy, ever seen a predator or heard a predator?
Hell no, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
No, man.
I remember something like that. I don't know.
I mean, I swear, I've been all around this sector and the adjoining sectors, and you know, I get planet side a little bit every now and then, and there was one time out deep in the deserts of Mars.
Yeah.
Where I swear on Pappy Ruckus, Mama Ruckus, and everything that I heard this noise right here coming in on the wind late one night.
Oh, dude.
Well, remember, there is it like I was talking about last week. Sometimes that call it can sound a little similar to the chupacabras.
It does sound a little, yeah.
I'm not saying there wasn't no predator, but also keep in mind that the chupacabras do have a similar mating / attack call.
Right. Shy Guy, how's our phone line looking?
Little empty right now. Hang on, let me put the word out here. See what we got. Hang on.
Right.
Scrounge someone up here for us.
Now, Jonesy, do you feel a little bit better after hearing the conclusion of the Predator that Poncho's death was at least avenged?
That does bring me a small level of comfort. That piece of shit got evaporated. Just god damn it, had to take Poncho. I don't know why. Just piece of shit.
Had to take Poncho out. you know.
Shame.
Maybe
I
that's
mean-
what gave Dutch the motivation and the inspiration and just the flat out rage he needed to beat the Predator.
Nothing will give you the response of Trilotrans to go about annihilating something like that, like seeing a beloved member of a team or family.
That's right.
You know,
Take
there's
it
not
from you.
much that's written that I can find about the relationship between Dutch and Poncho, but there's a lot left there that we can discern
It's all about
through the way
sub-
the story is told.
It's about what you don't see.
That's right. It's all about what they don't say, what you don't see, and what you don't read.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I think there might have been something special between Dutch and Poncho, at least as two brothers in arms out there
Kinda like
fighting like they did.
Achilles and the Patroclus.
Achilles
Way
and the
back in way
Patroclus,
ancient
yeah.
times. Yeah,
Yeah, that's ancient time for ancient time.
that's right.
That's what you're talking about.
Before it even had fire.
Was Patroclus? Was that the weird? He was like used to be on those boxes of cereal.
He's the one that turned into the giant horse and allowed his people to come into the city and take it over way back in the ancient time.
That's right.
Yeah,
he
they
turned into
they crawled up inside of him,
Well,
and then they walked
the-
him in.
the
Yeah,
horse.
and then-
Yeah, the horse had to eat all of them. Like that horse had to just lap them up and swallow
Yeah,
all
right.
these soldiers to exist.
And then they
inside
crawled
them.
out. Yeah, they crawled out the other side when night
Yeah.
came,
Right.
and everybody
Let
was,
Achilles get in
was
there
full
and
up on
then-
horse.
Take them all down, man.
Take them all down.
Yeah. That's hardcore too.
Yeah. That's hardcore. How we looking, Shy Guy?
It's slim pickings over here. Looks like.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look real fast. Yeah, I think it might be right. We can you know, as I'm checking, I think I see what you're seeing. I think
hey,
you
we're
got
lighting
somebody
up.
on the line. And we got it lighting up. All right, caller, you're on the air with Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus. What you got for us tonight?
Hello again. Hello. I called you last week. This is Sergeant Major Jack Kenoff. the second.
Sergeant
Sergeant
Major,
Major.
give him double salute.
Goddamn,
Sergeant
good to hear from
Major, Jack off. We
Thank
heard
you for
more
your
from you last time.
sacrifice and your duty and so forth.
Boys,
right.
I tell you what, it's
What's the word out there?
it's been a difficult week.
Oh,
It's been rough.
Uh-oh.
I've lost many good men this week.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Now, if I remember correctly, last time you called in last week, you were talking about how you are part of our Federation's military, and you were sent out on certain missions, and you happened upon a predator ambush.
Yes,
and you
sir.
lost you lost your privates in that one. And you said
I
always
lost
keep your
two
privates.
Two
safe.
good privates. Yes,
Two good
yes.
privates.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, they were new recruits, and they were the just cream of the crop. Some of the best new recruits that I had, and unfortunately, I lost the rest of my squad this week. It's been rough out here.
But you know,
Was
We-
it the Predator?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
so forth.
they had to move our evac. We had to travel a long distance, and in our travel, we stumbled across a slew of them. I'm talking at least 3.
Oh my
So
god.
because three predators.
There's, yes, sir, at least.
Predator.
Yeah, Bunzai
Dark
Taylor
Lord,
says
yeah.
the new privates are always the hardest to part with.
It's very true. Very true. Now, don't
Right.
get me wrong. We had they were coming up on promotion. I was getting to know them and really starting to like these fellows.
Right. Now,
But you'll
what
have
you
to-
said, you came into an ambush and you lost your new privates, which are the hardest to part with, as we've determined. Now, were you out there? Was
Well-
this planet side or was this out in space somewhere?
You have to remember, I got stationed on a planet out in the Morellian quadrant.
Yeah.
It was
Right, I've been there a time or two.
yeah. Well, this is one they're trying to I guess they're trying to renovate or do something with. They want to populate, and they had to send out basically like a squad of scout patrols to see kind of
recon.
Exactly, do a recon on this planet and see how good it would work out for us. And oh man, it's not good. I'm actually alone out here now.
When you laugh down there, huh? Or
Oh, you still there on the Predator planet?
As I've been saying, it's been difficult. It's just me out here now, and you said you kind of were saying that the privates were the hardest to part with, which isn't exactly true. It's harder to part with those particular privates because I was just starting to really get acquainted with them. But by far, losing some of the senior officers in my squad, that was the hardest. I mean, I've been with these boys for many a star cycle now.
Right. Now, to clarify, you said that you lost your private. You're still out there planet side with a predator hot on your trail?
3 predators.
I'm actually held up in a cave right now.
Okay, is this a jungle planet? Is this a frost planet? Is this a city planet where cities just naturally grow out of the ground, or like what kind of planet are you on right now?
It does have biomes, but currently I'm in like a it's like mountainous with jungle. And
mountainous
I
jungle.
managed to stumble across a little cave in the side of a mountain. I don't know how long I've got, but they're saying I've got at least 3 more days before they can come for evac.
Oh,
3 days to evade the predator. Now, there's one thing we've learned. You got to use the jungle to your advantage. And part of that
absolutely
is covering every inch of your naked body in mud.
Yeah, that's it.
I tell you what, I covered myself in mud. I even covered the privates in mud, just in case the predator came back for him.
Gotta make sure.
Do you have any reinforcements on the way? Because we got a buddy here, Undead Nurse, says new privates are the most fun to get to know.
Well, this is true. You got to remember, with the new privates, there's a bit of like hazing that goes on with them.
You got to beat them up a little bit.
Yeah, pardon me.
Sometimes you gotta
forgive me.
Privates around.
I'm going on like a day of no water. My voice is a little raspy, and it's rough out here. I'm trying to survive, but ugh. So, yeah, the privates are the most fun to get to know because, you know, when you've got some of the older guys you've been with, I mean, you know them. Like, you know, it's not exactly a fun experience trying to get and know Shy Guy. You already know Shy Guy. I mean, you practically live with
them. You can push and pull them, which way you can twist them.
You got to learn the buttons.
Yeah,
right. You got to beat them up. You got to jerk them around a little bit. You got to jerk the privates around, you know, and yeah, there's a little bit of hazing so that they get to know who's boss.
Right.
So, what's your plan? Are you just going to hole up in the cave for 3 days and just hope for the best, or is there a? Is there a?
One moment. Hold on.
Okay.
It's getting real over there.
It's getting real.
All right. Sorry. There were some sounds outside. I had to.
This is
had to be a little quiet for a second.
What did it sound like?
It's like we're.
It sounded like a weird clicking sound, like a.
Hey, do me a favor. You're on your device that you're on right now. Just hold it outside the cave. We'll see if we can pick it up.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Say when.
I'm gotta kind of sneak up to the cave entrance and trying to not make much
noise.
All right, I'm holding it out.
Okay, I'll hold it out. Let's wait just a second.
Oh, damn, that's predator.
Damn. That's a predator. That's predator right there. We heard it before. We're hearing it now.
Jack, you better run.
Jack, get off. You better hide. Hide something good.
Get the mud on.
Get
the mud on.
Don't you yell. Don't you make no noise or nothing like that. That predator's going to come get you. Master Sergeant.
Sergeant Major.
Sorry, boys. I had to slowly creep back into the cave. I didn't want to really make any noise there.
Right.
This is kind of fun. It's like we're hey, you ever watched the news reports by that fella, the head in the jar, Geraldo?
Yeah, Geraldo, the head in the jar.
Yeah, and they sent him out to do all the investigative reporting out at the hot LZs and whatnots.
Yeah, they just kind of dump them out of the system and just throw them around, really.
Now,
I mean, we don't want to be giving your position away or nothing in case they're listening in, but
I don't know.
Sergeant Jack Anoff, what do you
Yes,
have
sir.
at your disposal to defend yourself against the predator?
Well, it's been a little rough. I'm just we've run out of all of our rifle ammunition, and I just have my little sidearm with me right now, but I've only got about 2 mags left with that. If worst
Right.
comes to worst, I've got a stick I can sharpen, and
There you go.
I've noticed they don't like fire. So if you can get a stick and light it on fire like a torch and kind of wave it around. Now you got to keep in mind, you got to be smart about it because they've got those shoulder cannons. And you got to watch those little lasers.
now
It's like
now
a little
have
triangle of lasers.
Have you or have you not put together an elaborate system of tripwires and ropes made out of vines leading to a trigger and log smash trap?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
seems
a
to be one
good
of the
question Shy Guy got right there.
so that is the plan. But I'll be honest, I had to kind of quickly run into the cave. I'm about, I'd say, probably 3 clicks away from base camp. So once I find some time, probably,
Man.
I'm saying maybe early morning before sunrise, I could probably try and sneak back to camp and get some of the tripwire and set something like that up. But for now, I'm just kind of waiting it out. I want to
You're
make a
just
fire.
hunkering
It's a little chilly in here, but I know I probably can't make a fire. They'd pick up on that. They got them keen senses.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, they gotta
They apparently, according to what we have determined, they do see in thermal vision. So you gotta camouflage your heat signature with what's around you. You might if you're smart, you might, and brave and brazen, you might go set the jungle on fire
Ooh, yeah,
to
that's
throw
a
them
good
off your scent.
Do that. I
You
could
do
do
that.
that.
Now, I mean, listen here. There's a lot of things you got to do, man. You got to set a fire. You got to be bad. You got to be bold. You got to be wiser than the predator. You got to be hard.
Predators.
You got to be tougher than the predator, and you got to be stronger.
Boy, let me tell you what. You don't get to the role of Sergeant Major without being all of that.
Sergeant Major hard. Sergeant
I have
Major with his
seen some
privates are
things.
hard.
Well,
I feel you.
we were. The privates are a little soft because they're dead.
Well,
But
they're a little scared. It's kind of cold out there. They might shrink up a little bit and just kind of keep it together. It ain't nothing to give them a hard time about.
well, no, definitely not giving them a hard time. But you know how it is.
All
right. Now, can you hold that device that you're calling us on just out towards the mouth of the cave? I want to see if we can hear something.
I will try my
Yeah.
best.
See if we
I'll
can
tell
get
you what I'm
live
gonna do.
on air.
I'm going to wrap it up around the end of this stick because there's a nice little bush I can kind of hide in. I'd feel a little better if I sat in the bush and kind of held the stick out a bit.
That's probably
Give
a
me
good
just
idea.
a moment. I'd say probably about 10 seconds. I'll have it ready.
Yeah, every
All
bush
right.
needs a good stick. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true. You don't want to trim it too much, so you don't want to give away your position.
Now, my bush, I like to keep it trim. You know, in our botanical garden we got in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But every now and then, it's good to decorate it with a nice stick or something like that.
Part of the year.
boys. I'm in the bush, and I'm
gonna
hold it out now.
Okay, Sergeant Major, we're gonna keep quiet. All right, everybody, listen. Be real quiet. See if we can hear something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hot diggity damn! We got it!
Fuck
We got
out
it
of there.
again! That's a real predator out there, Sergeant Major!
I know. Oh, goodness. Boys, I'm going to have to call you back later.
You
It's
keep
getting
us
serious.
posted, and thank you so much for giving us this information that we can broadcast out that predators do exist, and you're currently being hunted by one. I hope to hear from you soon. How's your mom, them? Take care now.
Sergeant Major, to you and yours, and so forth.
Boys, I tell you what. If
Give her
if
number
I go
salute.
out like this today, at least I ended on a wonderful stream like you guys. Thank you.
Right.
You're
All
quite
right.
welcome.
Bye, Sergeant Major. We'll talk to you later now.
Keep it tight. Watch your cornhole.
Watch your cornhole.
Definitely.
All right.
Damn.
Let's see if we have another caller. And that was some crazy stuff, man. Sergeant Major out there actively being pursued by 3 different predators out there. And that's
3 of
amazing. 3. I
He's
didn't know
still
they work
kicking.
in teams. I didn't know these pack hunters.
Maybe it's like a 3-man fire team situation. They out there combing the jungle.
Right.
It appears to be some degree of organization. That's worrisome.
That is.
That means they got a civilization out there somewhere. Is what that means.
A whole civilization of predators out there somewhere. That's crazy. We got the phone lines open again. If y'all got something to say, you got a story about the predator, maybe we'll hear back from some people that we heard from last week. We already got Officer Jack Ganoff. Maybe we'll hear from somebody else. That's about the craziest thing I ever heard. I knew we started this show for a certain reason.
That's right.
You know? That's right.
Maybe we're about to blow this whole thing open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that might be. You know, there's
It was just a legend.
apparently the legend lives on.
They say when the legend becomes fact, you got to tell the story correctly. You know what I mean?
Is that how it goes?
Yeah,
mean,
when
you
the
also
legend becomes
You also got to
fact,
come correctly too.
That's right.
you
Come correct, don't come at all.
Come correct, come my lady, come my lady. Sometimes you got to call her a butterfly sugar baby.
Maybe.
I
Maybe?
don't know about that.
No?
No?
Well. Do you ever sweet talk Sarah, your wormhole?
I used to send communications that were just for us. I'd send them through. Send them on through, and you know, she obviously she's a wormhole. She couldn't respond to me in a language I could understand, but you know, I always felt like somewhere out there we were looking on that same bright star.
Right. So you're saying that she could take it in, but she'd never spit it back out at you?
No, not as such.
Right.
Well,
Tim.
that's a shame.
That's a damn shame. I tell you what, I think it's about time we pay the bills. How you feel about that, Shy Guy?
I mean, yeah, okay.
This time we got some pre-recorded ads sent to us. Maybe I don't know if that means we're doing a bad job of reading the ads, but we got some here. Let me find them real fast. Where they at?
Unless we're
Where
doing something, we got some big spenders.
Oh, I got them right here. All right. Y'all stick around for a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in about 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Y'all take it easy now here. We'll be right back.
All right.
Not from Big Mama herself. Hello. Intergalactim endorsing yet another delicious food product that will make you think it came straight from the bowels of Big Mama Bodine's kitchen. But not from Big Mama herself, because that's unsanitary and fucking disgusting. Introducing Ma and Pa's Moon Station Moonshine, including 5 fun and fantastic flavors like Dandy Junk Apples, Crab Slaw Juice, Desert Beard Sweat, Mystery Meat Milkshake, and the all-time fan favorite, Sister White Fire Kiss. Only available at Big Mama Bodine's. So if you're 21 and trying to forget the night you went to Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle basement, then head on down to any of those middle-of-nowhere refueling stations you can find in the Outer Rim. It is guaranteed to put a smile on your face the next day when the headache medication kicks in. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Intergalactim, out.
Hi, I am Mr. Man. A human just like yourself. I enjoy human things, breathing air into my chest cavity, walking with my leg bits, and excreting liquids and solids. Mr. Man, system-wide generic product line. Quote-unquote great value. We have excellent food product, great cheese product, superb food product, amazing cloth product, extreme, sports items, all your human needs you might need as a human or other. Come down to Mr. Man, system-wide generic product line, your source for all human item needs since 2836. In honor of another cycle of value, this cycle we have a 3.141592653% off of all items for humans. If it doesn't say Mr. Man, system-wide generic product line, it ain't for you, man. Back to you, Buck. Ruckus and Company.
Children of the Magellanic Cloud, rejoice. Yes, rejoice, brothers and sisters, clones, aggregate entities, and superliminal quasi-beings, for your time is finally at hand. Yes, it's true. The great explorer is coming again. Space Magellan. He's coming, friends, to finish his voyage and take the true believers back to the final port. Tune in to Neutrino Frequency 1489.4.27.1521 every space hour and join us as we venture deep into the mysteries that Space Magellan reveals. Take part in our affirmation of faith that only he can chart the true course through the void. And finally, join us every fourth space hour as we band together to reject the lure of that hated spiral, that disgusting pinwheel of evil, the Milky Way. The Greater Church of Magellanites prays that all your courses be true and all your natives peaceable. Go and navigate the waters that Space Magellan reveals.
Hi there, I'm Buck Ruckus, and I'm here to tell y'all about Shoots and Putt Driving and Shooting Range, the year-long gun show and kids putt palace. Come for the guns, stay for the funds. At Shoots and Putt Driving and Shooting Range, we got all the guns and gun accessories a grown-up could ever want. It ain't about need, it's about freedom. Hey Shiler, give me your best Eagle Screech. We got combustion rifles, laser rifles, plasma rifles, pulse rifles. And while you're blasting lead down range, the young'uns can putt as many putts as their heart desires. Our putt palace is filled to the brim with all sorts of fun stuff for the kiddos. I'm talking arcades, I'm talking mini golf, I'm talking laser tag with
Real laser.
We have after-school programs. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we offer the Tactic Cool Pipsqueak Pistol courses, where your kids enter as children and leave as men.
Even the girls.
Come on down this
Sunday.
where we'll be celebrating the ancient Krausian tradition, Kraus Crawl. Bring your finest, shootiest, luckiest, blasty piece, and as you're putting rams down rage into our replica jet ski AI cyborg targets, your kids can practice live fire belly crawls.
It's tradition.
No real jet skis allowed at Shoots and Putt Driving and Shooting Range.
The skies can be rough. Hard living among the stars. A man's gotta make a living any way he can. And the last thing he needs is for the sky to be taken away from him.
Have you or a loved one fallen victim to a space rig crash brought about by pilot negligence? Are you no longer able to work due to injuries sustained in a cataclysmic hull breach deep in the uncaring void of space? Has your employer denied rightfully entitled recovery benefits as outlined by your employment contract? Then call me, Joe Bob Huckenchuck, the Star Sledge. I've made it my life's mission to get you the money you deserve, and I'm damn good at it. Don't just take it from me. Let's hear from some of our satisfied clients. My name is Early Joe Whitaker, and the Star Sledge got me 400,000 credits for my wreck. Thanks, Joe Bob.
Thanks. I'm TJ Frito-Lay, and Star Sledge got me 350,000 after a hotshot lane runner took my legs while I was out on a spacewalk. Go get him, Star Sledge!
Go get him.
Greetings. I am designated Prodigy, Arcology Overseer AI. Star Sledge efforts have resulted in a surplus of 200,000 credits. Acceptable.
If you've been hit, have a deep, visceral need for justice, all it takes is one call.
That's all.
I'm Joe Bob Huckenchuck, the Star Sledge, and I'll hammer him for you.
Yeehaw.
This is Riverside, Iowa.
Hey, Buck.
Hey, what's up, Shy Guy?
Hey, I see we're running a little low on fuel.
Yeah, I think we are running a little low on fuel.
Hey, Buck, you know, you may think that after the accident of 2956, the Atmos Eternus may not be the trusted brand for your fuelings anymore. Well, I'm here to remind you that it's the only brand that can truly meet all of your space trucking needs.
Right, I do remember the accident of 2956. That's when an entire solar system was set ablaze. And hey, Shyler, I heard Atmos Eternus has a new element 115 formula that's supposed to supposed to clean as it burns. Is that right?
That's right. Buck, the rumors are true. The new formula has been tested and peer-reviewed by a third-party research and analysis. I got it.
Hey, you got it this time. I'm proud of you.
Which is also owned by Atmos Eternus, so you know it's good and reliable, just like Atmos Eternus.
Banter.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I tell you, that new formula sounds like it cleans as it burns.
It does clean while burning. Yes,
that's
does.
right.
That is what it does.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Atmos
Eternus. We're in everything. And also, please don't remember that we did a bad thing.
All right.
How was that one?
That's good. We did.
I tell you what, man. Hey, I think we got somebody on the line right now, don't we?
Let's see. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we got Miss Sally Mae Erlene Bodine on the line.
Oh, Sally Mae.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Sally Mae.
Hi, Sally Mae.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing just fine. How are you?
I'm doing right as rain.
What you got for us tonight, Sally?
Well, I'd just like to tell y'all that I am Miss Salome Erlene Bodine. I'd like for y'all to come on down to our one-stop shop for all your space trucking needs. We got everything a hot shot hyperliner.
Ooh, I think Miss Sally Mae needs to take 2 on that one.
Ooh, I got the vapors.
Hit it again. Got the vapors.
We got everything a hot shot hyperlane runner could ever want. We got pies, fries, thighs. Hell, you won't even believe your eyes.
I ain't gonna believe him.
Refuel and recharge at Big Mama Bodine's Diner and Refueling Station. Now with over a dozen locations throughout the inner and the outer rims. So you're never too far from Mama's house.
I'm never too far from Mama's house, no matter where I am.
Looking forward to getting back there myself.
We are now offering your space truck decontamination and asteroid collision repair. And don't forget that undercarriage, y'all.
Yep. Never forget that undercarriage.
Gets real dirty sometimes.
Well,
yeah, you said it.
We got here for a while.
We also got your free space truck tune-up and lube job with our Motion Lotion Pass starting at 400 credits a month. The more you pay, the more you play.
I tell you what, 400 credits a month, that's too good of a deal to pass up.
At those prices, you can't afford not to.
That's
It's
right.
a right bargain for sure. Also, every Friday night this Galactic Quarter, come on down for the head crab boil and fish fry. All you can eat head crab and boy bass for $19.99.99 with a free glass of Mom and Pa's moonshine. Straight from
baby.
At those prices, you also can't afford not to.
I do have to put a little disclaimer in there though. We are all out of head crab tonight.
Uh-oh.
Some individual came down and ate every last bit we had, and the last one that we had is about to cook. The thing already, it either escaped or has been stolen.
Somebody boosted a fangless head crab from you?
That is right.
Uh-oh. Some kind of underground head crab tray, but that's okay. Them head crabs boil up real nice whenever you got them in. I try to catch it every time I'm around.
Some sort of space diner espionage.
So as for tonight, we only have one bass, but still, come on down. It sure is good.
It's delish. I give it my personal stamp of approval.
And don't forget, we also got Meatloaf Mondays, y'all. Mystery Meatloaf Mondays.
Oh, mystery meatloaf.
Guess let me eat, and you get the whole meal for free.
Man, I've been guessing so many goddamn times. I don't think I could ever figure it out. I think Shy Guy's got a few more times than I have guessing that Mr. Meat.
I'm working on a pattern, like an algorithm. See, it's kind of a process of elimination, sort of machine learning system to find out what is or is not, or may not be in the meatloaf. Sometimes you gotta get a little scientific with it.
Shy Guy takes it very seriously.
Miss Big Mama Bodine took it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what got her.
She takes pride in her work, and I appreciate it.
I mean, this has been Miss Salome Erlene Bodine over at Big Mama's Diner and Refueling Station. Y'all come on back now, you hear?
Oh, we'll be there as soon as we can, Miss Salome Erlene Bodine.
Can't wait to see you.
As often as possible.
As often as possible. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. We're going to play this title animation one more time, and we'll get right back to it. We'll see you in about 30 seconds.
Welcome to Space Truckin' with Bug Ruckus.
All right, Shirley, you got it. Welcome back to Space Truckin' with Bug Ruckus, with your host, Bug Ruckus. Shy Guy, say hello, Shy Guy.
Hey, y'all. We're back.
H. Jones, how's it going?
I'm doing a little better. Maybe talking about what's been happening with me will maybe get me through it. You know.
That's good.
Right.
Let it out.
Yeah, I think Jonesy, we got your. Oh, give me 1 second. This thing don't. There we go. Now we're good.
There you go. Got a mind of its own.
That's right. Now, Jonesy, I believe we are shifted over to your direction now for this segment of the program here. What you got for us tonight, Jonesy?
So as I was showing a little bit earlier, I had a little bit of a loss.
Take a breath. You got it. We got it. We're all here.
Jonesy, if you need a little distraction, you are coming in camera left real heavy.
Am I?
A little off center.
Let's see, hang on. I'm just all out of. How's that? Is that better?
Oh, that's great. Then we got you a little bit closer to the center.
There's a big guy. There's Hot Shot. There you go.
Jonesy, if it helps, everybody loves you in chat. Jonesy needs a damn hug. Jonesy tugging at my heartstrings right now, says Bunzai Taylor. Pierce My Soul says a whole hug, but spells it with a H.
Well, thank you. So, I lost Sarah. She was my first wormhole that I ever used to send encrypted communications by way of near interdimensional passageway.
Right.
To commemorate her loss, which, by the way, those damn warp warlocks has something to do with it. They got something to do with it.
I believe it. You tell us about the warp warlocks last show. If you want to catch everybody up on what those are, give me a little brief description.
So these pieces of shit, these warp warlocks.
Oh, he's hot.
Now, these bastards are essentially entities from within warp space. Now, in warp space, they use a means of conveyance of their energy from out of warp space into our space, and they could do all kinds of terrible shit, like, you know, taking over, you know, family, friends. You never know. They just, you know, they got all kinds of power with all just the weight of their power coming out of the warp space is incalculatudimus.
Incalculatudimus is what you're saying.
Yes. Anyway, these pieces of shit, these warp warlocks, I'm damn certain that they're the reason for losing my beautiful Sarah, my first wormhole that I ever found when I was a you know, a young man out there trying to just make his way. And
he was hot to trot,
just you know, working your tail off,
vibing and keeping it tight.
Always vibing and keeping it tight.
I paid a good sum of monies and a good sum of credits.
There she is.
That's her there.
I tell you, that's a beautiful wormhole.
Did
you draw that yourself, or is that a picture that you took?
This is a picture. This is actually the picture I took on that date, on 29/97.
This was a love at first sight situation, is what you're saying.
It was. She was a never put, you know, no communications. I double checked, triple checked, I triple encoded before I dropped my line through.
Always got to use protection whenever you're entering into a wormhole for the first time.
That's correct. But that's Sarah, and Sarah, as you can see, you've got this you know, ring of disturbance that leads into the wormhole.
Right.
And when I went out recently, I won't say when, but it's almost not been long enough now.
I'm reminded of that old Ancient Earth song by them fellas. What are they called? Quaker and Oats. Sarah Smiles. Sarah Smiles. I'll sing to you later. Might make you feel a little better.
Human
I only know like.
Huh?
No, they do that one. It's like Guy Eater.
Yeah, the fella eater, or that how it goes.
Fella eater. She's a fella eater. Right.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I haven't stayed up with the classics. I only know the two.
I've been doing a bit of deep diving on the off hours. I've been learning. We've been digging real hard into this ancient Earth culture stuff. So you know, check out some of the tunes, man. But I'm sorry not to overtake your story or nothing. I'm just saying I'll send you this song. Maybe it'll make you feel a little better. You know.
Yeah, just make sure you triple encode, and if possible, you know, put it through.
Oh, I ain't never don't triple bag it.
I ain't never don't. That's what we say here on the Good Ship Paradise. We ain't never don't add protection to anything we do.
That's right. That's the grammatudinal way. That's just how you do that.
That well-known Quaker Oatmeal Band. Sorry, I just had to add that in for what me and Shy Guy was talking about. Quaker Oatmeal Band. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Quaker and Oats.
But after I found, I went back out in the usual disturbance, and obviously there's no hole there no more. It's just space, you know, boring ass space.
Boring space.
Sitting there missing Sarah.
Now I'm just wondering if we go out there and we start calling out to this wormhole, where do you go? Jonesy's lovely. Where do you go? I want to know. Where does a wormhole go when it disappears like that?
Nobody knows. They're on another level from us. You know. Some people say, and this is something I believe personally, that wormholes go to a very special place where they can, exist and frolic in endless, timeless area. And I liked what was told to me earlier, that maybe she's just surrounded by wings now. She's just flying wherever she wants to be, and that's what I like to think.
It's like sometimes it goes off to a specific place, or we'll just call it a pasture, where it can run around and roam free, and maybe play around with some other wormholes, and just live the good life out there in the space pasture.
They're not bound by any of our laws, or even the laws of any dimensions we're aware of. So they can frolic and play and maybe tickle each other's tummies and just have a good time. That's what I like to think.
Is that like so like Mama used to talk about when we was acting up. She'd say, I'm gonna knock you into next week. Is it something like? Is that the other level that they maybe she's gonna come back next week after she wakes up? Maybe something happened like that.
Yeah, she got knocked into next week. That's a great idea.
Is that?
No, sadly, I've done multiple band searches. I've even used kind of a bit of the technology we're using now to project back, and she's gone. She's gone, guys.
Well, maybe if we make it out there, we've got somebody in chat saying, Josie, check the other side of Sarah. Maybe if we go back there, we can break on through to the other side.
Oh, that's right. Maybe is there an egress, as it were?
Yeah, there's always
a back door to Sarah's house. Maybe you're Sarah's back door man now.
Right, you're a back door man.
I mean, we use both doors. I go through the one, because in here you got this, as if we're using the door as a metaphor. We got this one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, on the other side, I know what that other side is, because I shot my data in there, and it goes out.
That's a big old load of data, I'm sure.
Now, Jonesy, follow me along here for a second. Why don't you get on your scanners there, and get just a good line going in north, south, east, and west, galactic north, south, east, and west of that wormhole. Maybe if we check 3 doors down, we could find where Sarah led to. If we go through one of them wormholes about 3 doors down, we can go through and see where Sarah went off to.
That's right. Maybe there's some sort of kryptonite interference happening here that we aren't perceiving yet.
Because I gotta tell you, it's 3 a.m. and you sure are lonely.
That's true. It ain't even raining.
I mean, metaphorically, it's raining. It was raining in here. I'll tell you that. It got bad enough to where I ain't proud to say this, but I went on a bit of a mystery meatloaf spree at Mama Bodine's, and I had so much meatloaf. That, and I don't want to say, because my memory's a little faulty after a certain period of time. I did have quite a bit of that Proxima Centauri Eternal Clear, but I had the meatloaf, and then I indulged in the the head crab, and
that's good. That's good. It's comfort food. And hey, listen, the rain's the rain, and the raindrops may be falling on your head, but that don't mean your eyes are going to be turning red, because crime's not for you.
I don't know about
you. Stop the rain by complaining. I mean, look at it this way. Maybe now you're free, and nothing needs to worry you.
Maybe.
It won't be long if you just keep trucking till the happiness steps up to greet you.
That's beautiful.
And Jonesy, you're talking about that Alpha Centauri Everclear, and I gotta tell you, that stuff, that makes me want to buy a new life every time I drink that kind of stuff.
Well, actually, I took it a step up. I spent quite a bit of credits, and I got the Eternal Clear.
Eternal Clear.
Yeah, that's
make you want to buy a new galaxy.
Yeah. So there's not much I remember. What I do know is that when I did come to, I did have a new friend that I did find.
See, you on the rebound already.
Oh,
This
look
is
at
her
that! Look at
portrait.
that pretty little thing.
What?
She's
Oh man.
so she's been defanged.
I mean, she
And
looks
then-
pretty tasty.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And then I got a little bow. Cause she,
Ain't that just adorable?
she's a cutie. Her
I
name is Sarah too, in honor of Sarah.
Oh, look at them X's and O's. Sarah too.
Head crab
Now-
blue.
I will say, I have not. I haven't seen her in a bit. I was trying to get one of her appendages. I was trying to get, I was having a little fun. I was feeling a little better, and I put a little bit of engine oil on that, and I was gonna go make a little mark right there, like she signed it. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
That would have been
That's
fun.
just the nicest thing.
She looked like a big old
Bucky
little
record.
bud.
So I went to go grab that appendage to do that, and then she kind of scampered off. So I haven't seen her. It's been a bit.
She's lost in your house. She's
Yeah.
right.
Well, check the
Sometimes
events.
when you get a pet head crab, that'll make you a free man.
It was very nice to see when I came to after my ordeal.
It's
that,
just who rescued who.
I like to think we both rescued each other in a way.
Maybe this was divine providence.
Meant to be serendipity.
I can see that.
I can see
Yes.
Jonesy turning into a free man after getting that head crab.
I think it is very serendipitous. Now, the downside, like I said, she scampered off. I got proximity sensors in here, obviously, but I know she went into one vent. Every now and again, I hear one go off, and that makes me a little happy. I know she's still here,
Right.
I'm just trying to make sure she doesn't, escape out into space, because they actually can survive in the vacuum, one of the few. But
I don't think
She
I knew
brings me-
that.
she brings me comforts.
Well, maybe you gotta arm yourself with a crowbar, crack open that vent, and go crawling around, and
Tap
Yeah,
on the
squeak
wall.
around.
Maybe they're attracted to the sound.
right.
I tried that. I put I found one of them vent rats, and I put a little bell on it. Because once it runs through the vent, if Sarah finds it, obviously it's
Oh,
toast.
you'll hear it. Oh, for sure.
But more importantly, I'd stop hearing the little jangle, and then I went up in the spot where I heard the jingle stopped and a heavy crunch, and I went up to look, and she had already gone. She's quick. She's a fast one.
She
But,
leaning on that jingle, jingle, jingle.
Come on.
Well, she ain't gonna get too far. Just maybe she's still warming up to you.
I got on my ship. I got a pretty heavy hull, so I don't think she can get out. But I would like to find her and just let her know it's okay. We're both new to the situation, but yeah.
Right
Just
now,
leave the bait out.
maybe you can pick this up yourself, or we can try and Interstellar Express this to you. One of them motion trackers. So you can get one of them little devices, and you can kind of walk around and listen for the ring, so you can like spot her and maybe try and trap her again, and give her a good home, the home that she deserves, the kind of home that Jonesy can give her.
Yeah.
We'll
I think
get her back for you.
I think she just needs a little hug.
In chat, we got an Undead Nurse 5 says crabs never go too far.
Yeah, once you get them, it's real hard to get them out.
Yep.
I have heard that. I don't know if I heard that about space crabs though. My dad used to trawl for them, and they'd unlatch pretty fast. You had to get to
You
them.
just set out that drifting jug line behind the ship there, and I mean, you come back in a week, and that's a haul, boy.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that the bait you're using doesn't get wise.
Right, you got to get that master's bait.
Try the meatloaf. Set it out. On a plate, what have you. Maybe a little candlelight. Set the mood, set the tone. Say, hey, come on down, come on back. It's okay. Here's your din. And maybe just take a little time to realize that you're the guy that's gonna, provide the food and all that.
I might try that. I put some out as just a check because I'm fairly certain as to what the mystery meatloaf is. I don't want to necessarily guess, but I got an idea.
Head crabs, they'll eat anything, man. I mean,
Well, sadly, I
have
think
you ever tried damn space hogs?
I think Sarah's attracted to movement.
Right.
Movement and probably a bit of fear. I think she can smell fear.
Now, does fear attract her or make her scurry away?
Well, I do know when I put the vent rat up there, I did hear some squeaking before.
Right.
So obviously, it was a little terrified, and then came the halt and the crunch that followed. So I'm thinking she might be attracted to fear, and Mystery Meatloaf ain't got nothing to fear, but you and I, hey, Shaggy.
Hey, I ain't afraid of no damn meatloaf. I take it head on, man.
Man, don't act like Buck Ruckus ain't gonna veer off course to go hit up Big Mama Bodine's for that meatloaf either.
Put the meatloaf out, light you a candle, put on a little music, maybe do a little dance.
I'm thinking about
peacock a little.
I'm thinking about maybe getting me a couple of vent rats. You always got a problem with them, but thinking about getting a couple of them and letting them scurry around a bit and put one. Right. I don't know if you've ever seen you make a box, and you put a little like stick on it.
Yeah.
And then you
dangle the carrot.
That last week, catching raccoons in them.
Yeah. And then so when it comes in, I'll just wait and then boop and then boom.
See, that's a good trap. That's an apparent trap, but that's a good trap either way. Them head crabs don't know.
Yeah, she don't have eyes, but she got a sense of smell on her that
you don't want to get into the situation where you put the vent rat in to get the head crab, and then you put the space skunk in to get the vent rat, and then you get them belt hogs in there to get the space the space skunk. Like, you want to keep it contained and get you
exhaust vent menagerie up there.
Yeah,
right.
Nobody wants that. Although to be fair, she even when I went up there to go find her, she went through that freaking rat like it was nothing. I was pretty impressed.
Where she's comfortable at.
Maybe.
You just need to give her the time and the space that she needs to feel comfortable with you.
I am. Like I said, when the proximity sensors go off, every now and again, I get a little comforted.
So,
right, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get you that motion tracker, and we can set up that trap and have a whole day of it, and just sit there, hang out, crack open a few cold ones, wait for old Sarah number 2 Electric Boogaloo to come on out of them vents and get her back home where she belongs.
That would be great. I would very much appreciate that assistance, and maybe a little team Buck Ruckus would help with
try
that.
Try singing a little bit of them old country hymns that old Slim and Howdy used to do. Try some of that, well, I guess it'd be Sarah, I love you. You know that one? One of them?
Yeah.
Let her know.
Let her know that you saw the light and you've been baptized by the fire in her touch and the flame in her eyes. That you're born to live again. Jonesy, you a brand new man.
That's right.
I hope so.
Oh, we gonna get you there, Jonesy. Don't you worry about it.
So that's kind of what I've been dealing with, and I will say I got a new fervor for finding them pieces of shit warlocks.
We're gonna figure it out, man.
We're gonna
wiping them from the face of existence, all reality.
Yeah.
You don't take this away. You don't take that away.
Nah, that's a beautiful hole. That's the best hole I done ever seen.
That's a damn good hole.
To go back to what we were talking about, I'd gladly set a freaking self-destruction watch off and one of the pieces of shit faces.
piece of shit face. We got chat blown up saying that you got to contain your crabs, Jonesy, and Buck and Shy Guy need to help Jonesy contain his crabs, and that's what we're going to do. Probably later on this week, see if we can get some help out there and reunite, because it feels so good to be reunited when you've lost your crab.
It does hurt to lose your crabs.
Ain't no kind of man unless you got your crab.
No kind of man.
I do
hey,
agree.
Buck.
Hey, what up? What up, Shy Guy?
Hey, we got some questions coming in. You think about time?
I think it's about time. This is for the Shy Guy Shy line.
Yeah.
Let's hook him up. Let me pull him up here for you. I'll read them off to you.
All right.
Alrighty. And we gotta open up this one. All right, Shy Guy.
Let's hear it.
Let's start with the first one right here. Hey, Shy Guy, long-time listener. I recently was going through interstellar space customs from D-Bor I-6 to Sanchez Omega 80, and I had stopped at the local now-then old American eatery.
Oh, that's a good place. I've been there.
It's a tradition of mine when I'm on the road. Well, I had in my possession an old American hot dog, and when I pulled up to the customs officer there, he asked me if I had anything to declare. Well, when I told him about the hot dog, he asked me if it was a sandwich, and I honestly didn't know how to respond. We eventually declared it as a sub sandwich, and I was on my way. But I'll be honest, the question still lingers. Is a hot dog a sandwich? A sub sandwich? Keeps me up at night. Anyways, I'd love to hear your input. Tell me what you think. Thanks.
Now, that's a tough one. That's one of them questions that has been plaguing the minds of mankind since time immemorial. I gotta be honest. I don't really know which way I fall down on this one.
That's a tough question. I mean, because it's kind of like a sandwich, but elongated. It's like a sandwich that's done Pilates.
So I was raised pretty traditional, and in my house, a sandwich was a particular thing. It's 2 pieces of bread with the meat and the lettuce and the mustard and what have yous on it, and that was what a sandwich was. And sometimes you could put some meatballs in there. Sometimes you could do a meat loaf in there. Sometimes you could do the butter and jelly, all that. But the classic structure was the same. That's what it was. But that's not to say that I'm not open to learning new things, trying new stuff, broadening my culinary horizons, as it were. I do love a good hot dog, but
Now I'll posit this, Shy Guy.
What you got?
If you take a sandwich and you remove the bread, is it still a sandwich?
Are you talking about a wrap?
No, it's just like you get your bread, you get your meat, your cheese, or whatever, but then you just take the bread off and you're left with all the innards.
Yeah.
If you just got the innards there on your plate, is that still a sandwich?
That's like a
weird,
like a meat casserole.
Like a meat casserole.
Like a meat casserole.
I think we gotta define what a sandwich actually is in order to answer.
Well, what
this
if you
question.
take the hot dog and you throw it in a pot of beans? You get the beanie wings. Is that? Because that's
like a soup.
Well, I guess that ain't really because you're not going to hold that with your hands unless you're freaky like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you eat worse.
But like,
well, man's got to eat.
Right.
I think
like, if it's so, does the bread have to be connected? Because when I have a hot dog, it's like it's all one piece.
You split it down the middle. You put the wiener in there, and there you go. If anything, a hot dog may be more of a burrito.
Hot dog burrito.
I think that you know what? I think I'm gonna go that way.
I think we got to think outside the bun on this one.
Here.
Exactly.
And say that a hot dog is really just a burrito.
It's just a burrito.
I think that answers that one.
Wrong with that? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love burritos.
Who doesn't? You kidding me? Oh my god.
Burrito is one of my favorite foods. It's easy to eat.
think-
It's portable. You know, you can take it with you. You can eat it with a fork and knife if you're all fancy. Old Bucky Rucky ain't that fancy. I'll just take it just in my hand and stuff it in
I
my
take mine
face.
to the head.
Straight, just fire that sumbitch up and throw it at my head. And I'm
Yeah, you
good.
can't. If I'm not at if I'm not getting mystery meatloaf, I'm out at Bueno Bell. Hitting up their all night, all day deep space menu.
Get like a damn.
Ooh, I do like that Bueno
frozen
Bell.
chili dog.
I think that about answers that question. I don't know. You
Well,
think-
yeah, I guess if I were to give you an answer, I would say don't get too caught up in the semantics of the situation. Live your culinary truth. If it's a sandwich, it's a sandwich. If it's a what else we call it? A wrap, a burrito, a chalupa. Don't let anyone tell you how to define your food. That's a personal thing for everyone out there.
I'm gonna go with a burrito.
Maybe
I
it is.
think it's a
You
burrito
are we to
too, if you ask
judge.
me. Again, you got to think outside the bun on this one. You ready for the next one, Shy Guy?
All right, yeah, what you got?
All right. Dear Shy Guy, I have been married for 30 years to my husband. We have been selling pickles together for 35 years.
Oh, okay.
He seems so obsessed with his pickles and often lock himself in our closet with a different pickle each night, coming out with chocolate on the pickle. He hasn't done anything with me in the bedroom in 20 years, so I found someone else.
No.
He is a HQ10. I don't know what that is.
It's one of them big ass praying mantis cockroach son bitches.
Oh, I see. He's so tall, his four fangs are so masculine. When he raises his voice, we have been seeing each other for a few years now in secret. He has been sneaking past our neighbor selling clams, and I think that she is catching on. What do I do? Do I come clean to my husband, or do I keep trying to sneak with everything? I need help. Shy
Sounds
Guy,
like it.
what you got?
So, first off, why are you putting chocolate on a pickle? That don't make no sense. I know we just talked about culinary truths, but some things should not be messed with. If you're gonna sweeten up a pickle, you put it in the flavor aid. That's about all you do. Chocolate pickle. That's
Pickle in the flavor aid.
But I'm getting stuck on the wrong part of the question here. So she been married for a long time. They ain't done nothing in a long time. So she go out and see somebody else, and he going to see somebody else. Is that what I'm understanding?
I mean, I could read it again. So I found someone else. He's so tall, his four fangs are so masculine when he raises his voice.
Yeah.
We have been seeing each other for a few years now in secret. He has been sneaking past our neighbor selling clams, and I think that she is catching on. All right, so the gentleman that this lady is seeing on the side is now sneaking past her neighbor selling clams, and the writer thinks that her neighbor is catching on that the writer is seeing someone in secret. And she's
It's
asking,
not familiar
do
to
I-
you, don't it? Didn't we hear last week from old Sally Seashell?
That was Sammy selling clams, selling seashells by the seashore.
Are we getting the other side of the situation here?
Baby, I think we are.
Somebody call Space Springer.
Man, it's a small galaxy out here in space trucking with Buck Ruckus land.
So it sounds like everybody's cheating on everybody.
No.
Like like the old Ancient Earthkin band, the Fleetwood Mac truck.
Fleetwood, yeah. I've heard some rumors about Fleetwood Mac truck.
Yeah. They was all screwing each other all over 6 ways from Sunday. Sounds like you just need to just open up about everything. Hey, honey, it ain't working the way we thought it was going to work. So maybe time to think outside the box a little. They're already doing the thing they want to be doing. And now what's going to happen? You're going to show up and say, I've been watching you. You've been going out to screw around with me. And he's going to turn around and go and eat her. And that's not going to help anybody.
No, not at all.
Sounds like she just needs to invite everybody over.
Hey, do that impression again. That snarl. I think I was just a little early on it.
Try it again.
Try it again.
All right,
we'd be raiding with a party of 5. Hell yeah! Thank you so much, Bunny McLickens. I appreciate you supporting us.
I don't lick bunnies that often, but hey, man, more power to you.
I'm into it.
I ain't out here, Judge. We talking about
ain't out here to judge. Otter Mafia.
Hot dog burritos
Thank you so much.
and beanie weenies and giant mantis men and back to the question at hand.
Much love to you, Bunny McLickens.
We love you, Bunny.
Love, love, love.
I think it's probably about time they just came clean with each other and said we're gonna stay together for the kids or not. I guess.
You know, sometimes you just gotta say, "Let's stay together." I'm loving you, whether times is good or bad or happy or sad.
That's right. Ain't this the better or worse?
For better, or just open it up. You know what?
Open it up.
All right, man, it's year 3020 right now. Just open it on up. Everybody get what everybody wants.
30 years, clearly there's something there to keep them together. So maybe this is just a new facet of the relationship where they say, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my big, tall mantis cockroach boyfriend, and you can go hang out with Miss Sally Seashell, and then, come on home later and we'll get something to eat.
I gotta, I think with the, the HQ10 folks, I think the males get eaten after the female gives birth. Maybe he's trying to escape that.
I mean, he might.
I do remember reading something about that.
I think he might be on the run from that.
Probably.
Well, either way, I mean, interspecies or not, like, if everybody's in love, what's the problem with opening everything up? Keep the truth out there, be ethical about it, and everybody gets what their heart desires. That's what Buck Ruckus thinks. But this is Shy Guy Shyline, so.
Well, I mean, you're saying the same thing I'd be saying. We're on the same page here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm all for. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for people loving whoever, but if you come at a female HQ10, that's terrifying.
But see, she got the upper hand in this one because if thing goes south, she can just tell a little cockroach boy to take him out.
Old cockroach boy. You feel good about that one, Shy Guy? We can move on to the next one.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Let us know how it goes.
That's right. Right on back and let us know how it goes. Now, here's our third question for Shy Guy Shyline.
All right.
Dear Shy Guy, long-time listener, first time writing in. I know you come across certain ships in your travels. I'm a bounty hunter named Kyle. Looking for a Covenant-class ship that's very noticeable. It's bright yellow with black stripes. This Sekou fellow is a psychopath, narcissistic alien asshole, a total show-off. I've been looking for Sekou for about half a star cycle. I'm very close on his ass. Who went to a bar on the outer rim and forgot his wallet, so killed the entire bar. It's very noticeable as it has lots of upgraded kit. If you see it, please get in contact. Goodbye.
Hang on.
There might be just a teeny tiny bit of issue with punctuation in this one.
So what's the question? She's asking if we've seen this. First off, let's get this out of the way. Kyle is about the wussiest damn name for a bounty hunter I ever did hear.
Who names their kid Kyle?
Put him up. I'm Kyle. Man, go fuck yourself. I'd laugh in his face.
That's coming from Shy Guy, who's a big cuddle bear. He don't like the name Kyle.
It's just like it comes off like you'd think the bounty hunter would be named like Groshnak the Barbarian or fucking Burt Reynolds.
It's kind of like naming a bounty hunter Glinda. Like Glinda. Oh no, Glinda the bounty hunter. Coming at me. Oh damn! Let me go grab nothing because who gives a shit?
Kyle sound like a damn nutty professor in college putting his glasses up and you smudge my glasses and you knock my things out of my hand.
Kyle sounds like a name of a guy that's all hat, no space cattle. You know what I mean? Just a big hat. He ain't got nothing to show for it, though.
That's right. But enough about that. So what? They're looking for this other fella. I don't think I've seen him. Have you?
I don't think I have either.
If I had to take a wild guess, I'd say this guy, if he did kill anybody, it was probably an accident. There's no way some dude named Kyle's walking up in anything shooting the
Now,
whole
would
bar.
it change your mind if this guy's name is actually pronounced Kale? That's what chat's saying. Maybe we mispronounced it.
Like the plant?
Bounty hunter named Kale looking for a Covenant-class ship that's very noticeable. It's bright yellow with black stripes. This Sekou fellow is a psychopathic, narcissistic, alien asshole, a total show-off. Full stop. I've been looking for Sekou for about half a star cycle. I'm very close on his ass. Full stop. Who went to a bar on the outer rim and forgot his wallet, so killed the entire bar. It's very noticeable, as it has lots of upgraded kit. If you see it, please get in contact. Goodbye.
Well,
so it's Sekou.
Okay.
I will keep an eye out for you.
I don't know who I'm looking for now. Okay.
If you got any, photos or holograms or telegrams or candygrams, send them to us, and we'll keep an eye out.
We'll keep an eye out. That's about the best we can do with that one.
Happy to help.
All right, Shiloh, you ready for our third?
Yeah.
This one says it's submitted by Poos People Eater. Or Poosay. Or Poocha. P-U-C-E. Puce. Puce People Eater.
Yeah, I think it's Puce.
Dear Shy Guy, I am desperate to be loved. The trouble is, I am 27 snakes in a fairly large basket. You see,
that would present a problem.
About 3 years ago, I realized that I wasn't just 27 separate snakes in a pretty large basket, but in fact, I was just one lovesick fool. Since then, I have been using all 54 of my eyes to look for the one. But I fear that the one isn't looking for me. How would they know that I'm their true love? They're meant to be. When all they see is 27 snakes in a moderately large basket. Please help, Shy Guy.
Well, 27 snakes in a fairly large basket. That's a hell of an issue. The only thing more attractive than 27 snakes in a fairly large basket?
What's that?
28 snakes in a fairly larger basket.
I believe
I think he's got all his eyes looking in the wrong direction. You ever hear the tale of the Rat Kings?
Why don't you tell us about it, Shy Guy?
Well, back after the nuclear holocaust, when the rats, get the radiation in them and they mutated and grew into these super mutant rat bastards that would travel the wasteland and enslaving and killing and pillaging and everything.
Yeah, that was after the nuclear horror of the 23rd century.
Right. So what would sometimes happen is these rats, these would find themselves in tight quarters, in digging into the burrows and whatnot, getting stuck in sewers, and because they were big and they were mean and they were ugly, but they weren't all there,
Right.
And what would happen is their tails would get all wrapped together, and then they'd come out as one giant eldritch horror of a rat bastard machine.
Oh, like a rat clog that you get in your vents.
Well,
I never knew him as a rat king. That's a lot cooler than a rat clog.
So when they became a king, that's how they started ruling their section of the wastelands, and it would become this hive mind situation. Point being is that they're all focused and acting together. Even though they started separate, they became one.
Right, so you got a bunch of rats that are all combined together. You got one is the master, maybe a couple others are the blasters, and then you got a couple that are acting as legs and torso in a Zord type situation, working together. Right. I think I follow. Some kind of like adolescent mutant karate mice.
Or like a ooh, excuse me, that was a live one coming up there. Or like a group of nuclear mutated sharks that roam the streets.
Yeah.
I wouldn't joke about that. I've actually seen a street shark. It's fucking terrifying.
It's awesome, I know. Point I'm trying to make here is that it sounds like our friends. 27 damn snakes in the large basket. Y'all got to put your noggins and your tails together and focus on one particular goal. It sounds like you're pulling each other in 27 different directions. Take all 54 of them eyes and look to the horizon.
Right, you gotta focus down and go in one direction.
One direction.
You know, style your hair real good and just get into one direction. Get
That's
that Harry
right.
style going on.
And before you know it, you're going to see that basket across the way with 28 snakes coming out looking for you.
I wonder if this specific individual has ever looked inward in the basket. You know, 27 different snakes. Maybe, you know, a little self love. You know, all 27 just coming together and looking in.
Right. Maybe what you need isn't out there; it's in here. Well, not in here. We don't need no snakes in our plane, but take a look in your own basket. It sounds like you got everything you need. You're surrounded by friends.
You know what? This is really. I'm feeling a lot better now. I didn't realize it, but now I realize it. I'm 27 snakes in a basket.
Yeah.
Looking out, but really I need to look in and realize that there's 27 snakes in this moderately sized basket.
And if you can't get it done with 27 snakes, I don't know how you're gonna get it done.
Beautiful. That's a hell of a painting.
There you go. Just keep an eye out. You'll find your charmer eventually. It may just be you the whole time. Maybe the snake charmer of your dreams has really been the snakes you've met along the way.
Sometimes you journey all that way just to find out that the treasure's inside the whole time. I mean, you're 27 snakes. That's a lot of snakes to get along with one another. Are you ready for another one, Shy Guy?
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
All right. Dear Shy Guy, my dad says I'm not allowed to date an off-worlder, but he just doesn't understand me and my relationships. Ain't it just the way that parents just don't understand?
They don't understand.
Says no daughter of his will date someone from another planet. I just can't find anyone that treats me the way Jake treats me. Can I have some advice?
Well, I suppose, first off, it has to be asked, how old are you?
Now, we don't know that. We don't know how old this person is.
Far be it from me to stand in the way of love, but if you're living under his roof, then you kind of got to do what he says. But that's not to say that you don't deserve to find your one and only. Might be this is the time you've been looking for to take that first step out the door into the galactic world.
Horizon.
I say don't let your daddy stand in the way of love if that's truly what it is. But
man, you never stop in the name of love. You got to power on through.
You break on through to the other side.
Break on through to the other side. I'm having some issue pulling you up on video, Shy Guy.
Where we at?
Oh, let's see what we can do.
I'm here.
It does this every now and then. Let's just let me hit my box a little bit here. Oh, let's focus on me for a little bit. Sometimes it'll pop up in just a second. We got another one here. This one might be a little bit interesting for you, Shy Guy.
All right.
Dear Shy Guy, my daughter wants to date someone from another planet, but my family is a proud family and have never dated anyone outside of our planetary community. I got a live one too. She is my only child, and I want to pass on the family fortune to her, but not if she doesn't follow the family tradition. Please help.
Well, you're okay. Come on now, man. What do you think this is? You think you're gonna just keep her there and lock her up in the pig pen and she ain't never gonna leave? And it don't work like that, boss.
If I can cut in real quick here, I just gotta say that to this person and the previous person, you gotta do anything for love, but you can't do that. Like, you can't just keep your kid at home. You know what I mean?
Do that. Do that. Won't do that.
Not at all.
Also, you know what? Love who you love.
Who you love. And, if you're worried about your family's business interests, think of it like this, man. You don't want to pass on your megaloptic legacy to your only daughter, and she ain't ever even been to Big Mama Bodine's. There's a whole wide world out there that she can get into and learn from and, get a little messy, but then she can come on back and put that to work for you. Think about it, man. This is your investment. You want to let it grow. You want to let it bloom. Blossom.
I tell you what, I don't trust anybody that ain't ever met a Big Mama
Kyle.
Bodine's.
In that case, do what you got to do, man.
Never trust a Kyle. Not at all. I got one more for you, Shy Guy. This may be the last one of the night.
All right.
Dear Shy Guy, I'm from Planet Marley. A huge fire broke out and burned a big portion of our sacred harvest.
Uh-oh.
The entire planet is really high and feeling great. No question. Just wanted to tell you I'm really stoned. Signed, Captain Joey of the SS Clams.
Well, Captain Joey, that's a hell of a thing. I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. Every little thing is going to be all right out there in Planet Marley.
Planet Marley.
By the by, maybe we ought to make a pit stop.
I think we could route that into our our system here. Make a pit stop over to Planet Marley.
Planet Hotbox?
Go see Captain Joey of the SS Clams. I think that'd be doing great.
I bet that'd make you feel a lot better, Jonesy. We can go hang out at Planet Marley for a day or two.
You know, you might be right, I might oh damn, she's at a freaking head crab. We'll grab something. We'll hit up a Bueno Bell or something.
Right.
Big Mama Bodine's still got that void bass. Like, that head crab is great, but people sleep on that void bass, and that's something good. That's good eating.
I never was a big void bass kind of guy, but I mean I get it, but void bass never been for me. If you guys want to stop off over there, I'll go stop by the Bueno Bell first, and then we'll hit up Planet Hotbox and have a good time.
See, you're already snapping out of it, man. That's what I like to see.
The snakes in the basket thing that really got me. Looking at stuff different.
Your own Rat King.
I tell you what, it's just about time for Hey Buck, what you ruckin'?
Oh, all right, Buck.
Oh, hell yeah!
Here we go.
Hey Buck, what you ruckin'? Go ahead and ride on in. Get on our private line here. We're gonna post it out there into chat land into Earth Timeline 420.69, and you can tell us what you think Buck is ruckin'. And when you
what are we hauling this week?
What are we hauling this week? And the winner who guesses correctly, we're gonna try out this gifted subscription through Twitch that I've learned about on Earth Timeline 420.69. In fact, I believe there's an Otter Mafia out there that won it last week.
Oh, you damn right.
Tried to give him a sub, but he'd already had one, so we couldn't gift it to him. So we're gonna do that right now. And if y'all want to talk amongst yourself for just a little bit while I type some things out and get it rolling.
I was gonna say, if they want to send the blame, that one might be on me. I don't know if that was. I might have gotten caught up after everything that happened with Sarah, but after we get back from the Hotbox planet, it should be good.
The Hotbox planet. There it is. Otter Mafia just subscribed because he won last time.
All right. I'm still going to Hotbox Planet.
$50 million.
I'll be a son of a bitch. Yeah, we can swing by, pick up a bunch of meatloaf and Bueno Bell and all that. Head on down to Marley. Smoke 2 joints for I smoke 2 joints. Know what I mean?
And then I smoked 2 joints again.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line. Sometimes you just hanging downtown at the railway station, one toke over the line.
Sometimes it be like that.
Just waiting on the train that goes home, sweet Mary. Hoping that train is on time.
All right, we got some potentials coming in here.
We got some potentials. We'll see what we get here. But so far, we got Buck's rucking those sweet wings for the fallen holes. That's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
We got Buck is rucking approximately 137 clones of reincarnating Steve Harvey in the back of his truck.
Steve Harvey?
I don't know. Maybe it's somebody from Earth Timeline 420.69.
Sounds like an annoying son of a bitch.
We got another one here. Wings. All sorts. Honey barbecue. Butter garlic. Something called teriyaki. Buffalo.
Buffalo got wings?
Buffalo got wings.
Oh, damn. You know what? Right now, we ain't even made it to Hot Box Planet. I'm freaking starving with all this.
That's true. I'm a little nippy.
Buffalo got wings, and I heard that Barks has bite. I don't know about y'all.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago. We learned him. So no biting. You get him in the strap. You get him in that headlock when he starts to bite. You give him that nuclear noogie there. We made him tap out.
Man, we had to do it all for the noogie on that one.
That's right.
Come on.
Hang on, here we go. Got a couple more coming.
We got a specialized bidet for Koranishians who have no arms, still want that ass fresh and clean.
Well, who don't?
I love that.
I ain't
fresh
afraid
and
talking
clean.
about it.
I ain't afraid.
It's like Neptune's kiss.
Neptune's kiss. We can give it just a little bit longer here. See if we get anything else. Somebody's writing something. Oh, here's another one. Hey, Buck, what you rucking? 3 tons of nuclear atom bomb space peanut butter.
That sure would be nice.
Man, we got a lot of food-related rucking happening.
Making everybody hungry.
Making everybody hungry tonight.
If y'all got even a third of that going on, we might not even need to stop anywhere.
You know, this space trucker here, not to name names, does know how to make certain things fall off the back of the truck. If you know what I mean.
I ain't saying nothing.
I can neither, I'll give it to you in your own way, Jonesy. I can neither confirm nor deny where this 3 tons of nuclear atom bomb space peanut butter came from.
That's fair.
Here's a new one. We got 420 tons of sacred herb.
That sounds good.
Man, legalize it.
It's all in my head now. I'm thinking about Planet Marley.
Well, what do y'all think Buck is rucking, Shy Guy and Jonesy?
Honestly, I hope y'all got the nuclear peanut butter.
Nuclear peanut butter. Now, it does say there's an addendum here to the 420 tons of sacred herb to be delivered to Planet Marley.
If y'all are already going there, then shit.
I mean, that'd be a good one. I'm gonna tell you what, though, we're gonna put the hammer down on this segment, and say that we are rucking 3 tons of nuclear atom bomb space peanut butter.
Oh, thank God!
Thank
All
God.
right.
That one goes to, I believe that one goes to a moon. We gotta give it to a moon. Moon the 41st.
41st moon of what?
That's all it says.
Backward?
How many moons can a planet have?
1 for noon?
1 for noon? 1 for noon. I think that's what it is. Hey, all right, we're going to get that sub out to you right now. Let me cue that one up again. We hit this button here, type in these weird characters. Make sure I type this in correctly.
Don't get it twisted.
There we go.
And boys, I'll make sure that.
Bang, bang, boom. Next thing you know, it's sent to moon. $50 million. $50 million.
And gentlemen, I'll say if we run into any sort of issues with any of this getting transmitted out into our ether, I went ahead and already scrambled the last little chunk here. So if something does happen to fall off the truck, I don't know.
Hey man, it's always good to have Jonesy in your corner. That's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Unless we got any final thoughts from Shy Guy or Jonesy. How you feeling, Shy Guy?
He looked like he got a little more pep in his step.
Jonesy, what's going on over there?
Where'd he go?
Feeling good. I feel like after we go to Planet Marley, nom on a little of your peanut butter, grab some Bueno Bell, and go pick up your Void Bass. I think I'll be doing all right. Just gotta get Sarah 2 out of the vents, but
That's right. We got to get Sarah 1 off your mind and Sarah 2 out of the vents. We'll get you down there to that Marley planet, and you'll forget everything about the universe. It's always good to kind of just clear your mind after a loss like that, so you can regroup later and figure all of it out. But anyway, that's going to do it for us tonight on this installment of Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus, our second episode into the new timeline of Earth 420.69. We'll be back in about 1 week solid, and we'll catch you next time.
Be the galactic rat king that you were meant to be.
That's right.
That's right. Salute to you and yours and so forth. Until next time.
Until next time. I'm Buck Ruckus. Y'all keep on keeping on.
Tell your mom and them and say hey.
Welcome to Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus.
You got it.
Previously on Space Truckin' with Buck Ruckus.